Yes.
Uh-huh.
LOL,
Very
welcome.
good.
Camcom is coming from CB LOL English. Welcome, everybody. Please say hello to them. Cam, how are you doing? Did you have a fun day?
I had a very fun day. We got 3 upsets in a row on CBLO English. We had the almost undefeated 9-1 team, Los Grandes, lose actually to the 5th seed team. So that was very fun to watch.
Nice.
They got destroyed too. They got like 1 kill in the whole game.
Can
They
you give
would
us...
feel a lot better, Dimitri, if you
What's
put a
up?
space between the 2 words.
Oh, no!
I was gonna say something.
I'm
Yeah.
getting grieved. No, that's not my
You
fault.
are once again. This is not me. I don't know who Camcom without a space is.
Dude,
There
that's
we
Camcom.
go.
Now we've got real Camcom. We had Camcom back at home.
Camcom at home.
I was previously McDonald's Camcom, but now
Yes.
I am the real Camcom.
Yes.
Yes.
And look, and now I don't have to actually do my job because we've got a draft. So you two have fun.
Ooh.
When we're back,
Bye-bye.
during the 3-minute delay, we'll have some fun.
Okay.
Send him
Welcome to
away.
draft. Yeah. By the way, we didn't talk about teams at all. Yeah, there's Supernova, Supernova, and Team
Mhm.
Admission.
Yeah.
Welcome to game 1.
That's it. Again,
Mhm.
remember, so for those that are unfamiliar, Supernova and Team Ambition have both received kind of short ends of several different sticks. Supernova's jungler was Hyper, got poached because NACL main needed a jungler. Unlucky. Hyper is gone away, but they pulled in Kisno, who was part of CB Gaming, who were the team who were outside of the top 16 in the OQs, but actually qualified anyway. Did really big upsets and like beat Team Fish Taco, for example, the #1 seed coming into OQs. Kisno had a really strong part in that. Was a really powerful point on CB. And Team Ambition on the flip side have lost Kachu, lost their mid laner and their AD. Aaron and Town both moved up to CRG Faith. So Kachu and Zev have moved in to support. So not the teams that they were playing with, but have came in and are now super subs for the week. And parts of this
Yes.
roster now. There we go.
Thank you, rude dude. Appreciate it. Yes. And this is a very important match to be subbed in for as well, right? This is the quarterfinals. You got to win this game to continue your run here in the NACL qualifiers. Semifinals being next week. First pick being, to nobody's surprise, Caitlyn, very, very super meta pick. I do see Lucian Nami available, though. I am kind of still expecting, I don't know how realistic it is for Lucian Nami to somehow appear in my draft. Please let me be wrong.
I think you are wrong, Cam. I think the
Okay,
answer is Zig's bot lane. And then you just normally take another enchanter with this. You could actually go Lux here as well, deny the Caitlyn Lux pairing and have a really obnoxious lane yourself. Instead, they don't do that. This is actually the Nautilus jungle, Cam. We're going to be particularly familiar with this one. Obviously, coming from the CBLOL English where that got played. Of course, all jokes aside, this is very likely going to be Nautilus support with a chance at Zig's bot lane. We've seen Zig's mid in NACL main. APA played this and had one of the greatest games that you will watch on that.
Ooh.
No, don't get baited. We do not get baited here. It is Caitlyn Lux only. Caitlyn Morgana, bad.
I was so ready to be baited, you know? I was so excited for the Morgana, and I was like, I haven't seen a Morgana Caitlyn in probably years in a competitive match.
And there's a reason.
There is a reason, you know? Morgana very much a solo queue champ, very much not a high-tier amateur competitive champ, but Lux Caitlyn, very high range, very good at taking turrets, and good at getting picks, but definitely much harder to play in team fighting style. And Viego, I would say, is a very good jungler to match with that kind of style. I think Viego is really good at being that like shadow type champion for a really strong like side lane pressure 2v2, right?
Should I be a play-by-play? Do you want to keep going? You're killing this, by the way.
Oh.
Like, unironically, these are banger points. These are you're hitting the nail on the head right now.
Take me back every week, man. I got it.
This is great. We see the Maokai locked in on 3. I mean, this is just a staple pick of the support role so that the Nautilus can stay in that jungle. But for sarcasm with the Maokai going in, we're expecting just complete dominion over objectives. If you're setting up around these objectives and your Maokai is not there a minute before, just laying down saplings, something has gone diabolically wrong.
Yes.
We head into the second round of bans, though. Still this rumor of a flex, I will say, for the Ziggs. I'm expecting it to be bot lane, and we saw Kachu's champ pool as well. With a Ziggs Maokai lock-in thus far, this opens up for a further dive into Kachu's champion pool. We saw Echo and Akali last game. They need AD. Oh, I say last game, yesterday. They need AD, so things like Yasuo, Yone, Irelia, Talon, all of these other assassins are up and open.
Now, Rudude, I was just baited in the last game that I casted where a team locked in Bel'Veth and a Mumu, and you would think that a Bel'Veth would go jungle and a Mumu would go support, but in fact it was flipped. It was a Mumu jungle and Bel'Veth support. So I'm seeing a very similar trend here where there is a support and a jungle that can both go support and or jungle. So could it be the Maokai support and the Nautilus jungle? I'm gonna say here now so that they can't say that I didn't say it, but I'm probably gonna agree with you. It is probably Maokai jungle. I think Maokai jungle. If
Don't
not
double
S
back.
tier,
No.
like
you double down.
Okay, fine. It's Maokai support. It's gonna be Mandate. It's gonna be Demonic Embrace.
Good. Well done. We respect it.
You were right as well. It's not so it is Yone, but pretty much the same champion. So you're 50% right.
We're chilling.
No, you say yes. So
my bad. Have to remember as well, we saw a quick hover. Asol not reworked on this patch and very bad. Also probably going to be disabled when it comes back in, but that's just the way that goes. It is like we mentioned, the AD mid laner coming through. Again, a chance that this goes to Cozy in the top side. Worth mentioning that Cozy, a very proficient type assassin melee top lane player, has played a lot of things like the Aurelia, like the Akali, which we see one-off band here. Rise and Cassante, excuse me, come through.
I wish it was Silas.
Yeah, I mean, I'd have my banger line ready to go for that, but that's not the case. Stable solo lanes for Supernova, nice and secure. It's very clear where they're playing to with this composition. They've got 2 solo laners that don't particularly demand resources, and then Caitlyn Lux, which you can stomp everyone with.
I agree. I actually really like this draft from You're welcome. I got the color analysis from now on. Don't you worry about it.
You go right ahead.
I sometimes from teams you see a Caitlyn in the bot lane, and then you see like also a really high econ just solo laner. Yeah, something like that, right? And it's like, but you need to funnel your economy into the Caitlyn and the bot lane in general. But this draft, like you say, has a really good synergy between the entire team, where the entire team is set up to make this Caitlyn the counter, or not the counter, the carry even for Suning. So in the entire draft just relies on the bot lane. What?
For Suning? For Suning? Dude, okay.
What?
Congrats to Dragoon, Kisno, Onat, and Azog and
Chuki's
Chuki's
guys.
guys.
Draft away from me. You made the entire draft screen black. I literally do not know what champions were picked right now, and I'm going off of memory.
Oh, here we go. Oh, well, that's just because we have now run off of the action. The game is starting soon, so I'm going to transition us back.
I can't see anything on my screen right now. It is literally a black screen.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
sorry.
That's because the game is loading. I will now swap us back to the OBS. You guys can see 3 pixels of yourselves. Back. There we go. We're back on the OBS projection.
Welcome back to us. Yes.
Yes.
I couldn't tell you what's the teams, what's the players, what's the champions.
Cam,
they're completely gone.
What's the name of the little floof who's on the chair next to you?
He's Happy Seal.
Hello, Happy Seal.
Hello, Happy Seal. Welcome.
He turns into Sad Seal too. Do you want to see Sad Seal?
I do want to see Sad Seal. I want to see Sad Seal.
Oh, okay.
We need content. We are the 3-minute delay anyway. So,
Happy Seal.
Hey! Oh no!
Sad Seal.
He still looks happy though.
That's still Happy Seal.
He's just crying.
No,
it's happy tears.
He's different. He's different emotions. He's a very emotional seal. Leave him alone. This is a very sad smile.
Respect. Okay, we're gonna do a quick quiz while we're waiting here.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I nominate Camcom.
No. Yeah.
This quiz.
Yeah. It's only gonna be one question because I realize that I'm gonna need this quiz for the next game anyway. So we're gonna transition. Boom.
Okay.
This is a question about Supernova. How many NACL players are Supernova alum? Now, I want to say, remember,
I don't like this question.
This is NACL all the way to the main Challengers League to here in the qualifiers. So.
Oh. I don't know, man. Everybody's played on Supernova really hard.
That's what I'm saying. So you gotta. So your options are 12, 18, 23, and 26.
Maybe. Yes.
Now, can we clarify, is this Suning or Supernova?
Supernova, not Suning.
Okay.
Just want to make sure.
Had to make sure, yes. I want to go 23.
I'm going 26. Send it.
Okay.
Okay, we're locking it in.
I didn't want to go all the way. I don't think it's gonna be 26.
Camcom is right. It is 23. The GOAT
There we
came
go.
through. Asking for what the
Swinging alone.
narratives
My
are.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Asking what the narratives are. Well, there you go. You got, like, we've got it down. Rude. You're the one that was long standing on this broadcast. You've been on here all day, so I don't know what's wrong with
Rude,
you.
dude.
It's
what are you
fatigue
doing?
You better.
Fatigue diff.
I mean, literally, Cam was also.
I casted 3
Nope.
series.
Nope.
We've both been casting since 11 a.m. All right.
True.
I also scheduled for that cast. I scheduled you for that one, so that's pretty good. I should
Okay.
definitely know.
I think you scheduled me for this one too, actually.
That wasn't me.
That was me.
I'm not it. That
No, okay, Cam. Actually,
I'm so
I was
sorry.
getting so grief today. I was getting so grief for today. Like, I'm talking to Hawk, and I'm like, okay, I'm like gonna ask if Cam, because I see Cam's availability says that they're available for Sunday, and Hawk is like, oh, they're gonna be casting CB LOL, and then. Grapes is like, oh, they're probably going to be casting Salty Runback. I'm like, okay, well, now you guys got to make a choice here because I'm getting grief. There's like 0 play-by-plays on the schedule. And then, then yesterday, someone's like, oh, yeah, they're going to be on the SR pod. I'm like, you are griefing me. Do they know that they're doing that? Because I've just talked to them.
I have no idea.
And I was getting
Nope.
absolutely ran down in the group chat last night. Okay, but we've got a game on our hands, so I'm going to send it over to the
We have a
game.
game?
You guys are going to have
Do
fun.
we have a series on our hands?
We do not have a series on our hands, I fear.
Oh,
unlucky.
that's unlucky. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
is a
Let me make sure
disappointment
the game
of a
capture
We need
cast.
to wait
Oh,
for game 3, 40th minute before we say that line.
true.
Okay.
I need to nerf these logos already. Goddamn. For anybody who doesn't notice already, I am solo producing this stream, so we are Bing
Really?
chilling.
I had no idea.
Bing chilling.
That's
Have fun,
great.
gamers.
This has been going so smooth so far that we just wouldn't have known. Thank you to Alk Battery for their production
Yes.
qualities. It's been really good so far. And this series I can see, which is a
I
benefit
can,
over
in
the
fact,
last
see
one.
the game now. This is an improvement. I could not see the draft. I can now see the game, so I'm reminded what champions were picked. Thank you.
Huge. So, early level 1, we're seeing Supernova head toward this bot side. Now, they don't have the Nautilus. They don't have that banger level 1, but they've got the looks. They got the bind, and if they get a trap afterwards, somebody would die. However, there is nobody to die, so they don't die. Can I say die one more time? Die. There we go.
Did they die yet?
No. Good ward.
Have they died? They
Oh,
might
mana
die.
flow band. Mana
They're
flow
about to-
band.
Oh my gosh. It hit literally everyone. All right, well, GG. Zev.
Dude, the Zev value right now.
It literally
I
hit every
need a
single
hover.
person except for Dragoon. That's the perfect bomb. I mean, he didn't know how many people were in there, but that is one way to reveal it. Oh, bye-bye.
Goodbye, chat.
Nice knowing you.
Okay, looking at our junglers. No, it's all good. Don't worry. I was going to say we needed to hover Zev to see if he had mana flow band and see if he got banger value from it, but it's fine.
It's okay.
Does have mana flow band, is a human being. Value was gained.
That is good. I think
So,
you only
both
got one
jungles
proc from
doing-
it, though. It has a cooldown, no?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Like any mana flow
Alright,
bands
my
early
bad.
on, you're living good. Trust me. You get one mana flow band before lane starts, and you're just eating good always.
Okay. It's a mental thing, right? It can't possibly be
True.
like a real game thing. Because imagine if you got 4 stacks of mana flow ban before a laning phase started. That would be very funny. But
I
unfortunately,
think the max you can get is like 2, and that's when you're sociopathing your level 1 just for
Okay.
banter, really.
that's like the Polypuff level 1, right? Is where you like go into the enemy wolf camp and you just stand there and you wait for the jungler to come walking on the wolves and you auto him.
I don't know. Well, if you're okay, we need to segue out of this one. We're gonna say that because we're getting into some dark technologies that people don't need to be made aware of.
If you're
Both of
not
our
a loyal
junglers-
Polypuff fan, are you even a League of Legends fan? I don't know.
I am neither, so cannot pass comment.
Oh my goodness, can I get a new co-caster?
I don't know. I mean, Alk Battery's on standby. I can leave if if it's gonna cause too much friction. Right. Look at this from Kizno. We're talking about the game of League of Legends now. Both of
We
our
are.
junglers went on their entire bot side, 3-camped, and then like hovered toward the bot side because there was a world where action happened. Sarcasm actually just did like a double take as well because he saw Kisno potentially threatening a dive, wanted to be back down here just in case, but instead didn't go for it. Now Onat gets one shot by it's a return.
Oh, flash, scorch, auto. Oh, I thought the minion autos were gonna be the ones to kill him, but nope. Kachu gets to live with basically 1 HP. I didn't see the exact HP that he got to live with, but wow, that was a little close. Flashes traded in the mid lane as well. If you told me in draft that the Rise was about to solo kill a Yone level 3, I would probably not believe you, but sometimes some things happen. Cozy as well will be ganked up here on the top side. Should be perfectly fine.
Thank you, Alk. There was indeed a hero minion there. Cozy got very lucky. Dragoon scooped in an extra minion with the CC, but Sarcasm is mid lane. Now, there is obviously Kisno lurking nearby. Unless Sarcasm's going to flash for the root, there's no way they ever make a play there, so good recognition of that fact. And it's just a Scuttle Crab trade, but I want to acknowledge that Sarcasm has neglected 2 of his topside camps because he knew he wouldn't have prio to fight for this top crab. So it's actually a really big lead to Kisno right now because Sarcasm hasn't even cleared his red. He's going to go back to base and then come back out with fairly puny buy as opposed to having cleared all of his camps plus 1 crab to get the buy in there. Oh, never mind. He's running futures market. We're chilling.
I was gonna say that also affects his second clear as well because the rubber band on his Krugs is not gonna be nearly as strong if he cleared it the first time around. Cozy doesn't have a whole lot of mana to be able to make this 1v2 work.
It doesn't matter.
The tower just gives so much extra damage. Kisno forced to run for the hills. Does still have flash available, but definitely does not need to use it. Cozy gets to live, even keeping his own flash.
Teleport burned by Kachu. That's like the big cooldown there, and going back to base and then having a really rough wave to return to. I think it might be crashed and bounced and be fine, in fact. So Onat not going to be able to fully capitalize on that, but it does give the Rise a free base, and that's something that you're never particularly happy about because Rise is, particularly with Onat starting for this tier, he had like next to no combat stats for this laning phase, and he's just going to get the freest recall of his life with it either being more gold or costing the TP. Opts to, I think, have to burn TP at some point, but with that teleport from Kachi up to that top side, could have been a really big win for Onat in the mid lane. Instead, decides that he wants that juicy buy when he goes back to base in the end, and to hold this freeze in the mid lane.
Onat, the best thing that he can possibly do in the first couple of minutes, like you say, is just keep the wave right here. Farm for as long as you possibly can. Get as much combat stats, like you say, as you can to get your item spikes later. Pluto with his first roam to the mid lane. I definitely expect him to be roaming a lot more in the mid lane. Yep. We don't want freezes. We're not trying to get any wave management. No. We got to push these waves.
Yeah, but on a real, that's actually a good roam from Pluto, right? You saw that Onat was kind of leaving the turret in a bad spot, or Onat was leaving the wave in a bad spot relative to where the turrets were. So Pluto just walks in, threatens that if you stop me from doing this, I'll kill you, and instead just gets the crash in, means that wave gets neutralized, and Onat instead decides, I can just take my reset right now, comes back out from the fountain with a Catalyst of Aeons, 2 keys.
Hook does land on the Chookies, but is there going to be enough fall? Base does land as well. He's only level 4. How far can he run? And even with the heal, does keep the flash for next time. But first, blood does end up going over to Kachu.
Yeah, Kachu's angle there on the Fate Sealed was gorgeous because it clips both sides of the flash, right? If we see the flash go to the left a little more, you're doing very well. Oh, goodbye.
I honestly thought Cozy was going to live there. I was going to make a Camille joke like, haha, you're going to take a Camille, you can't ever kill her. But no, they actually did manage to kill Cozy that time.
They actually can do it, in fact. It's weird.
They can, yeah, that's actually crazy. Even the Hextech ultimatum was like, nope, not going to be enough this time. But first dragon is up and available now. That first Hextech dragon should be pretty much uncontested in the favor of Team Ambition. They did get that first kill in the bot lane, and as I say that, plenty of poke on the Sarcasm. Actually doesn't have the smite available right now. He might die. The dragon might go in the other team's favor. And I mean, best case scenario, he did end up getting the dragon. So it wasn't all for nothing, but he still end up going down. Kachu does not have the Fate Sealed off of cooldown quite yet. But I mean, jungler for dragon, I guess it's worth for Team Ambition.
Well, that depends if they can get more dragons. If they get the soul based off the fact that their jungler died for this one, like in 15 minutes time, sure, very good that they secured this first Drake. If, however, this just ends up being the one dragon that doesn't really mean anything, then the fact that Onat gets this kill is going to be way more impactful. He's already winning in farm in this mid lane because Kachu has spent a lot of time trying to bail out side lanes or secure leads for himself. Looking at the gold, sorry, I took a quick break right there. They're about even, honestly. 200 gold. 200 gold is nothing in this mid lane. They're chilling.
200 gold is nothing. 200 gold could mean a lot more later on in this game, though. Yes. Yes.
It would mean less later on in this game, actually.
I would say it would mean more, actually.
Why would you say that?
Because it's a rise. It's going to outscale.
Alright,
I thought I was the color caster today. I don't know what
I'm not getting into
for.
this with you right now, Cam. I'm not getting into this
I'm so sorry. I don't know what role I signed up for. I don't think anyone knows what role I signed up for today, actually. I just appeared and they were like, all right, you're going to cast today. I'm like, that's cool.
You're going to talk over League of Legends. The details on that are up to you.
That is what I was told, yes. Oh, wait. Richard, they took a Richard. I'm sorry.
They did.
They took a Richard.
Yeah. You're supposed to be the color caster. Ulti mid.
Okay, they took a Riptor. Ultimate Fate Sealed off a cooldown now. Just take out Onat Zev as well. Dropping on mid lane for some extra damage, but won't be super helpful when Onat falls before it even comes out. Fate, or what's Heartbreaker? Yes, not Fate Sealed. Over the wall for Kiz, though. I don't think he'll be able to make it out of this one alive. He has the bot lane, though. I didn't know that the wave was under the tower, to be fair, so Kizno actually will be able to block out perfectly fine just using the Heartbreaker.
It means that his combat power for the next couple minutes, not particularly rife, but it's good enough for the time being. I mean, you'll take not dying every day, obviously. Good bailout as well from the pushed in wave on the bot side, so having that Caitlyn Lux is proving to have some sort of effect that is positive for Supernova. They still need to push it a little bit more. Good bind.
Good bind on a Pluto. Still no level 6 available for the depth charge yet either. You do see level 6 is probably coming online in about 60 seconds for the supports, I would imagine. Yep. Chucky is just popping it now.
No, like lethal damage just yet, right? You're hyping up level 6 because
no.
I'm going to give them the Jaws theme. Unfortunately, we're waiting for the first item, I feel like, from Azog before we're going turbo in this bot lane. Because already they've had like decent push, and versus Ziggs, that's kind of crazy. But I really, we can see that there's the value in the Caitlyn Lux pairing where there's not been quite so much in the Ziggs Nautilus. You can tell that this is very much leaning towards the composition as a whole and not just this bot lane 2v2. As is my producer AFK? Is everything okay?
Our producer is currently typing to us.
Oh, okay. We need to press D if we are typing. It is fine.
We are actively telling our observer off. Yes, he is. He's now flaming us. Yes.
I got called a noob. It is what it is. Last time I leaked that chat, he flamed me as well. So we'll see how many times that can continue to happen. But we can take stock right now.
Yes.
We're 11 minutes in, and it is dead even. What do you make of this?
Dead even. Now, I don't think we did predictions for this game, right? Do you want to do 11-minute predictions since we're like exactly even right now?
Do you want to do heavily results-focused predictions?
Yes,
that sounds really cool. I can sound really smart right now.
Honestly, I
Honestly,
want to sound really smart and say Supernova's gonna win because they have 2 mythics completed right now. Yes.
Oh, okay. That's some interesting
I am currently
results.
watching the wall.
Good. We need to stop flaming. We're gonna get. We're actually gonna force him to press end stream.
You know what? That gives me more time to drink Dr. Pepper.
I don't even know what that means. Congratulations for the sponsor, I guess. We're not sponsored on the stream though.
I'm so sorry. I didn't know.
I
heckin' hate Dr. Pepper. It's actually the worst drink. We're not sponsored by Dr. Pepper at all. Thank you very much. You're welcome. I saved it.
Drake is live.
It is about to dragon.
Fight.
Fight. Death? No? Aw. I'm currently watching Minecraft right now. I cannot read a single thing on my screen, and now I actually can because he's the first one to pick up a kill here. Kizno trying to make it out, just does not have enough damage available. Azog, last member standing here inside the chicken pit as well. I think he was trying to flash over the wall, but unfortunately just does not have enough time to make it close enough to the wall. Onat trying to keep his tower alive as best as he can. Kachu picking up 2, almost 3 plates off that tower. Playing this mid lane as best as he can, but the second dragon will, in the end, go over to Team Ambition.
Good juice for TA right there.
Yes.
They got triple kill on their Camille. Cozy got ganked earlier on, and then just descends from top lane anyway to find a triple. That really does offset all of the disadvantage that Kizno and Dragoon put down there earlier on, and it also makes this side lane win condition much more prevalent for Team Ambition if they move into this 1-3-1, 1-4 setup that we tend to see from mid games. And when you've got split pushers like Camille, like Yone, it makes it very difficult when you give them 2 kills for Kachu, 3 kills for Cozy. And I'm genuinely scared of how Supernova are going to look to play this mid game out, because they've got this Caitlyn Lux who have been fairly decent down on that bot side, but thank you to our observer here, Mr. Alkbad, who's doing a great job of pressing the X key. We can see that Caitlyn Lux is behind, right? They down 200 gold, and the Ziggs has been more than happy just collecting waves under the turret. Doesn't matter that plates didn't go their way, because they've been able to collect all that farm, and the plates that went to the Caitlyn Lux have been inconsequential.
Yeah, and Caitlyn Lux, like you said as well, is one of those lanes that if you're behind, you are really far behind. If you're even, then you're still behind. You have to be significantly ahead to really have a true damage impact later on in this game. Onat might just simply be dead underneath his turret. Really nice Hextech ultimatum there from Cozy, just locking Onat where he thought he was safe, and in fact, he was absolutely not safe. But on the bot side of the map, there is a 200 gold shutdown picked up very nicely there by the 3-man from a Zog. And this won't be first tower in the bot lane, but they do at least get to trade out first tower in the mid lane for the first outer turret in the bot lane.
Okay. Map control decidedly, though, in favor of TA if you're just judging the turrets that are going down. Bot tier 1 versus mid tier 1. I will tell you, everybody will take a mid tier 1 in that trade if they have the option. But Supernova making the best of a bad situation, right? They know they lose out in the mid lane, so let's make a play down on that bot side and let's secure 500 gold for our Caitlyn. Start trying to put some gold in their back pocket, because they've not particularly made too much of an effort with Kizno at all to make plays down on that bot side. So the first effort that they do, they find 500 gold in the kill, they find a little bit extra in the turret as well, and now they get to shift this Caitlyn to the rest of the map. Looks like they're going to go mid lane. The unfortunate thing is that at this stage, Ziggs has got a Ludens, Ziggs presses Q plus E, and the entire wave evaporates. So you need to make a really aggressive play in order to prevent, or in order to secure this Caitlyn Lux priority and damage on tier 1.
You say Ziggs has a lot of wave clear. I would also argue Lux has a lot of wave clear. So later on in this game, I'm expecting just waves going back and forth and no towers being taken, because there's never a wave to actually have okay. To actually have enough minions to take a turret. We do have second Rift Herald up on the top side. First 2 dragons, and I believe the first Rift Herald, could be wrong on that, did go to Team Ambition. So
Cam, did you watch the VOD review we did for you?
I came after the VOD review, remember?
No, I mean because we VOD reviewed one of your games with Axeman, right?
Wasn't there.
Oh, okay. Well, we uploaded it for you. I guess that's...
Oh, thank you. I had no knowledge of this until right now.
It's okay. We only ping everyone when it gets uploaded. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Team Ambition...
What does this have to do with this
no,
game?
it's fine. It's fine. It was a... If we don't know, we don't have to say, you know? And I don't know who got that first Herald, so... Team Ambition are the ones in trouble, though. Catch on that bot side. He used ulti to get away. It's good. It's escaping. It's giving life.
Why you just randomly make fun of my lack of scheduling ability in the middle of its cast, man? That's kind of crazy.
I didn't. I was making fun of you not checking the pings that I give you on the server.
There's too many channels in that server.
You're getting, alright, Rude, you're getting a penalty here. I'm muting your mic. I'm muting your mic for a little bit.
Oh. Here we go. All right, now you are all stuck with my voice.
He's
Yes,
getting
yes.
penalized. It's it's a yellow card on the field. Explicit flagging of fellow caster on air. All right, we're gonna bring you back in here, Rude. Have fun.
Oh, I was
learned
having
my
such
lesson.
a great time
I learned
on
my
my
lesson.
own.
No, that's fine. I apologize. I learned my lesson. We need to focus though, because it's Team Ambition that
I
have
think
got.
you need to focus.
Cam, I'm trying. Cam, I'm really trying. I am focused. Okay.
Okay, tell me what's happening in the game right now.
Supernova are struggling. That's what's happening. There is a very important fight
Okay.
about to happen. We don't quite have 2 items on Azog. That's the really important part right now. If they had that, they'd be looking in a really good spot for this fight. They don't have that Infinity Edge, so it's going to be a little scary. And this Soul Point is what... this is going to be Soul Point if Team Ambition can secure it. I don't think the Supernova have the tools to secure this fight or like go for a fight at all, really. Wouldn't be surprised if they just leave, but the issue is they're getting nothing else on the map because of this. Like, they could have accepted that they were going to lose the Drake and try and make a play on top side to secure Tier 1, jungle camps, anything like that. Instead, we kind of done nothing, and TA doing a really good job at denying them anything else.
Okay, good job, Rude Dude. We're back in the game. I 100% agree with you. I definitely think Supernova could have possibly like 4-1 if they super hard committed to the mid lane and possibly taken like the mid tower and a lot of damage off the top tower, but meanwhile,
Oh my
down
God,
here on the
this
bot lane,
plays.
Onat, yeah, I was going to say, I don't think that TP is going to have enough time to channel, so unfortunately, he did end up blowing both the TP and the flash to try and get out of that one alive. Second, Richo drops on the bot lane, but they do have 2 members committed for now, 1 member now recalling to try and help this top lane. Final Spark does go wide, but it doesn't actually end up mattering. Both the mid laners die just on the opposite sides of the map.
Cozy's still got a Herald with him, though, if I recall correctly. So this is more than just 1 turret going down. There is nobody from Supernova to help out in this fight on the bot side. It's going to be 2 turrets. It's a kill to Cozy. It's the second turret as well. That's a lot of gold into your Camille. And again, side lane win condition. We're scared about it because Team Ambition, Cozy gets to go back to base, finish that Ravenous Hydra. He's going to have lifesteal versus Dragoon now in that 1v1. And a third charge as well means if they leave this Camille in a side lane unattended for any matter of time, it's open inhib season.
The longer I'm here, the more I realize never to trust Rudude. I think.
True.
Rudude told me that split pushing is not a win condition in the current meta. I just saw Camille take 2.5 towers,
When did I tell
almost
you
3
that?
towers on her own. I think split pushing looks like a really cool thing that Cozy's doing, and he almost just took an entire lane away from him. Away from Supernova on his own. I don't know how that happened, and there wasn't like a Baron threat or anything like that, but there's a Realm Warp
Oh my
on
word.
the top lane. Kachu. He's
This
gonna
is
try
how
to
you
make the
TP.
same exact TP, but he
Oh, JK.
can't do it either. There is not enough time to TP out, my friends, and he also burned both the flash and the TP, trying to make it out and just simply miscalculated the time on the TP.
But Cam, this time there was a flash burned by Chukis. It's actually 600 IQ to get the Lux flash, which is going to be a crucial cooldown later on. As we all know, Chukis is the 1v9 superstar of this Supernova roster with the Lux support.
I'm sorry, Chukis is not my favorite support ever named Winter, so I cannot make the same point, but you can have your opinions.
I have been ratioed by Winter Diff. It is what it is.
It is a Winter Diff, I'm sorry. I think Winter subbed to me on Twitch too. I'm such a Winter fan. I know, right?
No bias on the twitch.tv/alt battery stream. Drake is spawning in 2 minutes. Now, I said last time the Drake was spawning. Okay, what items do we have? Supernova. They were struggling for them. This time, I do not think they are. Onat has hit 2 sustain items. We've got Azog with the Infinity Edge plus Gale Force. Tier 2 boost is about all we're missing from hitting mid-game Caitlyn Exodia. As soon as that comes through, we are juiced. We are looking to take fights, particularly because we're a little bit behind in gold. We're very behind in objectives. We need to start finding fights that are going to go our way. And if that comes off the back of an Azog super carry, I feel like that and Onat, like those two have to really combine to make a fight happen.
I'm ready for it. You know what? I'm ready for the super mid-game power spike Caitlyn that's going to come online here from Azog. He's going to have to do some pretty crazy damages. Eventually, maybe Onat will be able to do the late game rise damage that we would like to see, but the rest of the team really is just utility tanks, bodies just to put in front of Rise and Caitlyn later on. And as I say that, I was not talking about this 1v2 because I thought nothing would happen, and in the end, yep, Cozy just forced to flash away. He will be perfectly fine, but on the other side of the map here, Baron will not be perfectly fine. Team Ambition sending 4 members up here. I think this Baron should just be pretty much uncontested Final Spark pop for some vision, but I don't think that there is a steal threat. Onat will walk in 1v3 on his own, but there goes Azog. You see the Caitlyn damage in the 1v1. Zev will actually just be popped in the 1v1 headshot. Will not be able to take down Kachu. Heartbreaker over the wall, though. Kachu once again caught out in the top lane, and Pluto will be left alive, but 2 more kills plus a Baron for, or no, 2 more deaths plus a Baron for Team Ambition.
Okay, so an interesting trade here. We'll have to see who's going to come out on top of this. I think that Azog securing this tier 1 gives a slight edge to Supernova for now. And the question becomes, what can Team Ambition do with this Baron? Because they lost it on 2 really important members, their AD carry and their mid laner. Cozy also TPing away from either Danger or the Dragon. That Drake was going to Supernova every day of the week anyway, just because they'd taken down 2 carries. But Cozy has a really good time to get more gold onto this Camille. And again, this is what I was looking for from Supernova from the 3rd Drake. What are they getting on the rest of the map? TA are doing a really good job at recognizing they don't have the time to, or they don't have the resources to secure the Drake. So instead, they move into this topside jungle. They've stolen away, granted, just 1 jungle count, but they've also taken a turret as well. -1 on the cannon, but it's still a good trade overall. Now we need to see what they can do with the Baron, because with that play from Cozy, he staggers his tempo a little bit, means that he's not going to be coming out on the map at the same time as everyone else. You can see, right? The 3-man core here of TA are out and ready to do things, but Cozy had to go back to base. So now they get to push. They've got about 1.5 minutes left of that Baron, and the only turrets that I'm looking to see sieged are on this top side of the map, and they've all deployed down to this bot side. So TA right now, a little bit of sticky question marks for their decision making. Not quite sure where we're headed.
It looks like we're headed for maybe a pick here in the mid-river jungle area. I don't know what you would call this. Pixel brush area, yeah, that's what it's called. But, I mean, without a dragon spawning for about 4 more minutes, like, we just had the last dragon, right? There's not a whole ton of reasons to really be taking a team fight. I would say Team Ambition has been playing the split push win con to the absolute best that they can. The Baron will be running out in about 45 seconds. That Baron is also not on Kachu or Zev, so they cannot be left alone in one of these lanes, because then they're wasting their Baron time, and Azog will also be wasting his time back at the fountain. 45 more seconds, as I believe his shutdown did end up going to Zev there as well, so really nice shutdown picked up for Team Ambition, but back down here on the bot side, you got a 2v2 underneath the inhibitor turret. Kachu running straight back to his wave, trying to get out to safety. Cozy as well only burns a couple of ult cooldowns. I don't think there were any summoners burned.
But the mid-tier 3 largely under fire. Chuki's actually the one-man band that's stopping this from going down. So, W. There we go. Takes the turret. It's a trade, though. Kills bot side.
Good flash. Sarcasm. Arden's flash doesn't have the nature scraps available either. Goes for the re-engage just to get some extra CC for the rest of his team to try and turn it back around. Trading his own life 1-4-2. Kachu still not able to pick up the kill. Dragon is still alive. And he actually gets to walk out as well. I was fully expecting him to die.
That's a Cassante moment right there. Just living when definitely not supposed to. But Dragoon, really good dodges as well, it's worth saying. Gets just enough space from the Yone to make sure that Kachu can't find that kill, and is just toying, teasing the Yone to make sure that there's no way that he goes down, but still keeping Kachu enticed enough so that the Yone falls as well. Supernova holding their lines, though, in this late stage of the match. Obviously, with that Baron going down and the inhibitor turret falling, we're at that point where Team Ambition are knocking, they're creeping on the door, and they've found some successes. 1 turret already going down, they're waiting for that inhibitor fall. It's going to be another push that they need to make that happen. But for now, I imagine all of our attention's turned back toward the Drake. 1 minute 50 till that one spawns, but it's a soul for Team Ambition if they can secure it. And once again, they're in this luxurious position where they've got a Baron spawning at the exact same time. If they don't want to go for the Drake, they can trade it for a Baron. There are so many options open to Team Ambition, where Supernova are just going to have to play to the beat that Team Ambition pulled.
My prediction for what is going to happen in a minute from now is Cozy is going to be split pushing on the bot lane with TP and the Hullbreaker that he just completed, while the rest of Team Ambition are taking the Baron, and Supernova will be on the Dragon. I don't see a world where Team Ambition contests this Dragon. I really do predict that they will leave this Dragon, take the next Dragon after. Gifting 2 Infernals over to Supernova won't have supermassive impact, but I think the Baron is super crucial. If not, like, the next Baron that Team Ambition gets, probably the Baron after that is the one that they will be able to end on, as mid inhibitor already exposed. They might not even need 2 more Barons. It might just be this next one.
Yeah, I think the hope is that you generally would like 2 Barons to close the game when you're in the lead. First one gets you a lot of gold, the second one you end the game with, right? If you're super far ahead, you can use that first one to break open the base, but you should be in a good enough spot after that second to have either won the game or to be in a position where you know you're going to win it anyway. That Drake, though, like we mentioned, spawns up 30 seconds time. It's actually Supernova who have been around this Drake for a large portion of time. They've been sacrificing side lanes, sacrificing a bit of farm to make sure that they've got control and that they can see what is happening. Instantly teleport back into the mid lane from Karshu. They want control and they want to be able to force priority in the mid lane. Unfortunately, they've not been able to do that. They may just have to look a little deeper in their pockets. Cozy has got TP and he's coming from bot side. Fortunately, though, the warded up angles from Supernova.
Team Ambition want this Infernal Soul, and they just grasp up very early, but Sarcasm does get to make it out alive. Kachu forced to Fate Sealed away to safety, but Sarcasm, you see, he did live.
But he did so much damage!
1 HP. He did trade a lot of his HP for HP on the side of Supernova, but the Dragon is not something that Sarcasm can really look to contest. He's only here as a body, and here as a smite potential. Kachu in the pit on his own. Doesn't get enough damage to really take anyone down with them, and absolutely not. Cozy, though, pretty massive damage coming out from the true damage that Cozy does bring, but he cannot take anyone down to the death realm with him. You see Kiz, though, as well on the other side, just kind of waiting around, waiting for someone to make a mistake, and that mistake just so happened to be Pluto. And Sarcasm, the person that you thought was going to die at the beginning, is only one of 2 members to make it out alive, and what I thought was going to be a Team Ambition Baron just turned into a Supernova Dragon.
Wow, really good fighting though from Onat Azog. Yes, Azog goes down, and it's worth mentioning here, Zev also pumping out the damage on this Ziggs. Unfortunately, he was the only one really getting any good DPS out in that fight, as Kachu and Cozy were a little bit routed, and like you'd mentioned, Cam, you bring up the Hullbreaker for a great reason. Cozy bought that item and then immediately grouped.
Yes.
It's not gonna be a great use of your gold. You could have, like you say, spent some time top side, bot side, playing to that Hullbreaker split push win condition, because this Camille was so fed through the mid game. Not going to be quite as prevalent now, though, and trying to group up and use that gold in an inefficient manner has certainly cost them in this last couple minutes. Drake obviously going the way of Supernova, but now we get a fight around this Baron, you would assume, because that's the only real objective left to take, and one of these 2 teams is surely going to want to take it.
Yeah, and that is the, I guess, downside part of everyone fighting around that Dragon, is now we're going to have 2 team fights in a row that are pretty game deciding, right? Like, that team fight for Supernova to get a Dragon and now be in a contesting position to get this Baron here as well. Like, they were previously down, what, like 4,000 or 5,000 gold, and they have closed now to just over 3,000. Still very much Team Ambition favored game. They are still in a position to take an Infernal Soul here in about 3 minutes, but I mean, it is getting closer and closer to being Supernova favored. This is the classic, I guess, LEC move that I've seen so much in the past couple of weeks. You do the Realm Warp into the Baron pit, immediately melt down that Baron. I mean, the flash of Sarcasm steals the Baron! Oh my god! Can the rest of Team Ambition make it out alive with the Baron is the question. Supernova as well, not going to be lost as well. Pluto will not get a hook onto Kiz, though. Zev, though, is not in a position to deal any damage. He has the Baron. Cozy as well also has the Baron, but they have to be able to make it out alive, and it does look like they will have at least the one. I don't think Zev is making it out, though.
Maybe auto kills.
Oh, maybe. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Oh,
That was
my
close.
gosh.
That was close.
Kisno mistimed his W. He could have gone down if there had been enough damage and potentially another auto attack weaved in by Zev. Really good play from this Ziggs. I have to say, the entire fight has been the rock for Team Ambition. Consistency proving to be key for him. And again, credit to Dragoon this time round, because he's the one that ultis the super fed Camille out of the threat range of their carries. Supernova in Azog and Onat are their 2 DPS threats that we need to see Team Ambition focus. And with Cozy being sent to Gibraltar with the all-out, there's nothing that he can do to take down Azog, take down Onat. And the Baron steal from Sarcasm, the icing on top of this cake. It's been a great game thus far, Cam, and one that Team Ambition really should have been able to secure by now, but one that it's Supernova really battling back at. They've got this 4-item Caitlyn, 3.5-item Rise. These are DPS carries. These are threats that you need to take seriously, and you can't just let by the wayside anymore.
And they also have the pretty massive wave clear, like you said, from both Rise and the Lux at this point in the game. It is so hard to actually break that inhibitor line, and TA were able to break just the mid lane inhibitor turret, but that inhibitor is still standing, and with only Cozy having the Baron remaining, he's not going to be in the mid lane. He is always going to be on one of the side lanes, and with those very difficult to take turrets, Cozy's probably not even going to be able to break that outer turret on the top side unless he is just completely left alone, and as of right now, he kind of is.
Good. Let's use the hold breaker. We've got Spear of Shotin as well. This means more Qs, more true damage onto the Cassante. Let's just try and get a little crazy. These 5v5s have been mixed at best. Why not just go for the strategies that were doing well for you previously? You mentioned it, right, Cam, that they took 2 turrets bot lane with split push.
Oh no. Pluto? Is Pluto dead? I don't know if Pluto's dead. Kisno all on his own cannot actually take Pluto down. Kachu as well in his own little 1v3 does get to buy a lot of time and trades out a lot of his HP with Onat as well. Kachu does end up going down. It is also coming out for Azog. Still has that flash available. Looking to make it a triple. Pluto and Cozy, last member standing. Cozy as well still does have that Baron available. Level 18 on the whole breaker. Camille, Azog putting in the work on the mid-game Caitlyn.
Doing very well. We're in the late game now, Cam. 4 items on this Caitlyn.
Late game Caitlyn.
Absolutely vibing in these fights. There's just no focus from Team Ambition. Kachu goes in solo, gets isolated by Supernova and goes down. Cozy, yes, groups up with the team, but again, like we've mentioned, we've got this hull breaker. It's not particularly doing work in these 5v5s, not focusing the important targets. Kachu's got the right idea, but doesn't have the team there to execute. And then you've got the mixed calls of Zev not being able to dish out all the damage because he's just getting pummeled by the DPS threats from Supernova. There's a lot of things going wrong right now for Team Ambition, and not least of their worries is the fact that there's a triple Infernal Drake Soul that has been stacked up by Supernova. You mentioned 2 not being a big deal. 3 is getting there, and 4 is just a quad stack soul. That's a ton of adaptive damage.
It is such a feels bad when you are 3-0 on Dragons, and now, like, 20 minutes later, you know, you look at the Dragon score and you're like, oh, no.
You're allowed 1. You're allowed 1. That's good.
All right. Oh, shit. They have 3 Dragons. Cozy caught out in a 1v3. Of course, he is playing Camille. Doesn't have the flash, but got all the hook shots in the world. I mean,
Camille hears the word caught out and laughs in your
for
face.
both teams in 4 minutes, Rooted. I don't know what else you want me to say.
I don't know either, man. I need these guys to just end the game, one of them, because both of these compositions do very different things later on, but the thing that they have in common is the damage profile, right? There's a lot of damage coming from both sides. Cozy Kachu Zeb versus Kisno, Onat, Azog. It could very easily come down to execution. We've got like these different sides of the front line.
TP? Realm Warp?
That's not how that works.
Wait, where'd the Realm Warp go? Did Ona not take the Realm Warp? I think Ona already used the flash, already used the Realm Warp, and even...
Now the collapse, now's the collapse though.
Nimbus Cloak, I'm gonna say, is the one that got him out of that one alive. Ona does have the TP, so he's recalling now. Will be the TP in, but Juki's is just one shot. And that is the team fight that Team Ambition needed. You one-shot 3 members, Dragoon as well. Not long for this world. Onat recalled, TP'd mid to try and just shove the wave, but now you gotta deal with a 5-man push on bot lane from Team Ambition.
Zev just went huge, found Supernova in the choke, and spewed the bombs down. Absolutely annihilated Azog. Still has Flash in tandem with Pluto CC. This Nautilus Ziggs combo, we've been waiting for it the entire game, but it finally yields its rewards. 2 turrets can fall here, and they have Ziggs. Look at that! He just one-shot the turret from half HP, right? Like, you get short fuse procs, we have got the satchel as well. We can take 2 turrets very quickly.
We can also take Onat's life very quickly as well. That is the clean
That's
5
game.
for 0 ace. That is the clean game 1 for Team Ambition in their best of 3 quarterfinals over Supernova.
Holy, that is what we were waiting for. The fight that the fight that ends the game, right? I said I need one of these guys to end the game. They did it. Team Ambition said, all right, we got you. It's time to go. And Zev, I'd said it the entire time, right? Was pumping out damage consistently in these team fights. And when the time hit, gorgeous stuff.
Are we joined by the beautiful Alk Battery again?
I guess we can be.
Maybe.
I think he might be busy. He might be busy though at the minute.
He looks like a busy face.
I'll take your word for that.
Oh,
So
I'm watching. Maybe I see him.
Bro,
I'm waiting.
Man,
Oh.
what was that game? By the way, shout out Onat for that nasty escape at the end. Also,
Yeah.
Realm Warp keeps you
Yeah.
like command proto. So Hextech Ultimatum, right, from Camille. It keeps you in that little barrier, and you can't Realm Warp out of it. That's not how that interaction works. So you're just stuck.
I was a little confused.
Yeah, no, it's chill. But the Nimbus cloak, like you're saying, and he just ran out of there. He did not care. Rude is really trying to make sure his camera is not blurry.
It's fixed.
You never know.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, that was an insane game. Shout out to Sarcasm typing in chat as the game was ending. You can't do that. That is definitely gonna get someone in trouble. Not me though.
Haha, we're good.
Yeah, we'll be chill. If anybody's a snitch in this chat, maybe that might be,
I think you're the snitch.
No. He was typing. He was typing before me. Could not be me.
Okay. Okay. Whenever you say.
I'm currently trying to figure out which lobby I'm joining because there's 2 of them made by different. Okay, I'm joining Onat.
I see.
Based. Bro, literally, Kissno and Onat made a lobby, man. Like what am I supposed to do?
They're ready. They're ready for game 2.
They're trolling me, is what they're doing.
Okay.
Nice.
All right, but let's take a look at that game, right? Because Team Ambition, they were ahead of the curve, I think. Like we were talking about, we did give some advantage to the fact that they did have some scaling elements. But alongside Cozy just taking 2 different turrets by himself, utilizing the hull breaker that we got to see a little bit later on. I wouldn't say that split push was like necessarily the reason why they won, but it definitely contributed to what we saw at that end of the game. And we talked about Ziggs turret. Dude.
You guys told me split push was useless. I don't know.
Game,
okay, what's up?
My issue with that game was that split push wasn't the reason they won.
It wasn't, but it helped.
Turbo fed Yone.
She took 3 turrets. She got Rift Herald. Took 2.5 turrets. The Rift Herald charged at
That's
the
split
time.
pushing.
And then
Ziggs one-tapped enemy team at Croft.
I see you, man. I see
That looked like split pushing to me. I don't know what you're talking about.
They did all of this banger stuff with split push and then never did it again, and we're like, why is this game going on for 40 minutes?
Yeah, they were not enjoying the actual team
that
fight.
was my concern.
They did end up giving up like almost every single
3
dragon.
Drakes.
Yeah, 3 Drakes in a row. They were losing the team fight around the dragon. Yeah, that was I think a much closer game than Team Ambition wanted, and one that if you're Supernova, kind of like a
Feels
heart
bad.
wrencher. Yeah, like you're like, man, we almost won.
I was so close.
Really close
where
to
you're
1.
like, after the Herald play, you're saying, okay, just go next. It's not the end of the world. We can win. We can come back. And then it's like, no, we got this. Hold on. We just got 3 Drakes back to back. We're winning these fights. And then you make that one misstep and the game ends and you're like, L.
Literally
that
3 people got
sucks.
one shot like in a row on
Yeah.
that grump. Like
Mental
I
boot.
mean like there's only so much that you can do about that. Sometimes that's just how games end.
You've got a big fan in chat, by the way, Rude.
Okay, big.
I don't know who. Jin Qual.
Is Winter here?
No, Jin
Where's
Qual
Winter?
is typing that when Rude is on your screen is kind of insane. You've got
I
a fan.
respect Inkle.
Yeah, they're really
Back
all
from
about the
the
Rude dude.
Ruder got yellow flagged this game. I don't know what you're talking
True.
about.
I did get a yellow card. I also got called Rudod by K-Tad, which was cool.
Base.
That was
Good.
pretty nice.
Thank you.
It's good. It's
Respect
good.
the mistype. Do you know? So there
Hello,
was
Mini.
a team in OQs.
There's a team in OQs. There's a team in OQs.
What happened?
Called Omega Gaming.
Okay.
And
We did play
Ginkle
them.
Played for Omega like 2 years ago. It's actually where I started casting as well. I was head of production at Omega Gaming.
Ooh.
Okay.
And
is that it?
That's the law. That's why Ginkle.
That's
super
Okay.
fan.
Okay. Respect. Okay.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
One of the day ones, you know.
Cam, you were wait, I forget. Were you playing with the Lotus boys to for qualifiers or?
There's a little bit of a story to that. So I am like
Okay.
their manager, but I did sub in for scrims, so I
Okay.
was actively scrimming NACL teams.
Oh.
And I did beat them.
Let's go.
A few of them. I'm not gonna say which names or anything, but just based on power rankings.
Scrim League, do it.
No. They're still in the tournament. I'm not gonna say anything, but just based
so there's 7 of them.
based on power rankings and teams that I know that I have personally beat in scrims, I sometimes find it very funny. Of course, I'm never gonna say which teams those were,
Sure.
but I did cast Lotus Exiles for all 5 of our games for quarterfinals, qualifiers. We did play Omega. I don't think that was the team that we beat.
Maybe.
Don't remember what team we beat.
I was gonna say. I know like this camp was very like excited for Lotus just because like we obviously know you and we also know some of the Lotus boys on the actual roster, so we were like, hopefully they can do well. They were obviously seated a lot lower and I think reflected their performance.
RMC put us 32nd, man. Like,
well, you need to talk to him about that. I think that's a bit messed up. That's a bit messed up.
They did.
I
They
did.
did talk to RMC about that. I was there.
RMC was like, "Oh, Lotus is an amateur, like diamond, or you guys aren't NACL." I'm like, "Come on, we literally have a team. We're working on our team for the next NACL qualifiers. Like, we're doing good."
Hey, hold up. There are Team Ambition. Look, Team Ambition got ranked highly, and they almost never made it through qualifiers. Okay, so let's like. And then he probably rated them pretty highly.
But now they're about to make it to semis.
Yeah,
semis,
very realistically that they could make it into semis here. As we're
they need one more game.
I think we're waiting on. Okay, we're waiting on Cozy to join the game. He has joined the lobby, so we'll be getting into draft soon enough. Gamers,
that's a lie. Don't lie.
I asked about this last series. I'm looking at it. I'm actually just seeing the lobby fill up as we
I'm ready.
speak.
We're
I'm
also
watching
looking at it. You haven't changed this.
Oh,
Yeah,
there you go. Okay,
say.
then there you go. Good. Then you know. It's blind pick. Never mind. Onat made a blind pick lobby. Kiss Noah's correct to start. God, can't have anything in Detroit, man. I swear. Okay, well,
unlucky.
we are going into our
It is
second
what
game.
it is.
We are going into our second game. Supernova, I think, have really performed really well here in the qualifiers so far, and I think we got to see some of those glimpses in this game. Coming into game 2, do we think that there's anything to change in terms of the draft, or are we just like, hey, our execution was messed up, we can run it back and feel pretty comfortable about it?
I would pick a not tank top laner. I think the rest of the I agree. I'm sorry. The Cassante was not doing it for me. I think you need a damage top laner.
I think Cassante sucks. Yeah, you're right. That's true. My bad.
Cassante was the issue.
Was good.
True.
No. It was Cassante in the role of the draft that was not doing it for me. You could have put Ornn top lane.
Can I
you
spin
could.
this better for you?
I don't want to. No.
Oh, okay,
respect.
Dig your hole. Dig your hole.
Get him.
Go
Get him.
ahead.
Get his ass.
I think you need a damage dealer in the top lane for that draft to work. That's my point.
What champion? What damage dealer are you putting up there?
Switch the top laners.
So just
Camille for Cassante.
Rob Cozy at point. Okay, nice. Respect.
Now let me quote Cam at the start of draft. I think this draft meshes really well because they've got a like really resource intensive bot lane.
That was before they picked top lane.
Okay. What I'm gonna say.
I said that in round 1, and then you made that point after round 2. Okay, you can't twist my words after round 1.
Cam, I will click and ship. Let's move on. Because the thing is,
this is my first day here, by the way.
I think you have a good point though, Cam. I think that
I do. Thank you.
putting Supernova with all of these resources, I think that Dragoon is better than Cassante. If we want to see wins from Supernova, giving Dragoon resources is actually a good way to go about it.
Sure.
I'm not saying that Azog and Onat didn't deserve the resources they got, but giving Dragoon resources has also proven to be a very valid strategy for winning games.
True.
And if you're 0-1 in a series, we could change it up, and we need to try and, we can go for that option for game number 2.
Potentially true. We'll see as I'm going to throw you guys a draft. Have fun. Woo!
Oh, bye-bye. I can see draft. For now, draft might disappear
Huge.
later. I don't know.
Nevertheless,
Can we please
immediately
not
see.
change the screen?
First of all, no. Immediately,
and
it
it's
is
gone.
important to
Alright.
recognize Sarcasm Maokai ban.
Nope,
Taken
I don't have a
away.
draft. So, you're on your own.
Yeah.
I still don't have a draft. I very nicely asked.
You do.
I literally cannot see the draft. It is literally a black screen.
Unlucky. I'll commentate that. This is the stream can see as well, which is all good. You just let me know when you get on in here, Cam. First pick. Can you see the draft yet?
No.
Okay, guess which champion it is. We're gonna play a fun game. You'll never get it.
Sejuani.
Lulu. Unlucky.
Okay.
Sejuani was banned. That was a good guess. Sejuani was the last ban.
Man.
No. This is fine. Sejuani was the last ban, so you may have got it anyway. So with Lulu
Can
ban,
we please switch the scenes? I would like to see the draft.
just click the Discord stream. No, it's
That's
literally
what I have
working for
open.
me.
It's black.
It's working for me. Yeah, this is a you issue. This is a you issue, Cam. I'm afraid.
I am being trolled. This is something else.
Literally, this is literally a them problem. Okay.
I apparently just restarted Discord by accident.
Oh, well, I mean, that technically works. We're trying to get Cam into the draft because for some reason the stream is just not.
I do see Lulu. I see Karma.
You're alive. Okay, then you can see the draft.
Silver.
Based. Okay,
Yeah.
good. Welcome back then.
Oh, pick Twitch. Do it. You won't.
Twitch? I do see the Twitch now. Your gotta be like 3 seconds ahead of me. I don't know what's happening. This is observative. I'm sorry.
This is like I say, it's working for me, Cam, and that's all I'm gonna. They did it. Azog, my goat. We are down the barrel of an 0-1, leaving the tournament. We pick Twitch. Let's go.
Now, what role is Twitch playing?
If it's not bot lane, we are just giving them the game.
Okay.
That's just a statement.
We might still just be giving the game. I would very much consider Twitch a D tier 80 carry right now.
Twitch versus Sivir goes hard. Just as a counter pick, I think Twitch versus Sivir is turbo broken because you can outrange the Sivir. Spell Shield is pretty useless versus Twitch as well. Unless you can preempt which auto attack the Twitch is going to weave his E into, Zev is going to have a really hard time in this particular isolated matchup. There are obviously going to be way bigger things that he's going to be looking to spell shield. If you're trying to spell shield Twitchy, it is because you're in the 1v1 and when it's difficult.
Now, personally, I am platinum, and when I play bot lane, I cannot tell you a single time I've actually beat a Twitch in lane. I don't think it's possible. I think the champion has a cheat code for always beating me in lane. He's one of those champions. Ezreal also has that cheat code in him. It's quite unfortunate.
Okay, this is skill issue. This is a skill issue, Cam. Twitch and Ezreal's okay if you pair it right, but Twitch sucks in lane.
I'm the one that beat NACL teams in scrims. So, you know what? They didn't pick Twitch. They didn't pick Twitch. So I can win. I will leak that Supernova was not one of the teams that I beat. So they picked Twitch. That's why I couldn't beat them, you know? That's crazy.
So this is scrim practice, is what you're saying?
This is scrim practice right now. I am actually Pluto right now in game.
Incredible. Now, NACLQ. Oh, not NACLQ. Well, yeah, those two. Why not? They have to decide who's. I think it's on Team Ambition to decide whether it's Kachu getting counterpick or Cozy. We've seen the sort of invariable hovers of Cassante. It got banned. And when you see double bans for top lane from Team Ambition, it leads you to believe they're going for a top laner blind. Please don't. Please don't ruin everything. Don't ruin the narrative.
Nope, I am officially the color caster now. Our other color caster is very wrong, so he has been yellow carded again, unfortunately. Yes, this
You
is.
don't understand how a yellow card works in
I really don't. I'm not gonna lie.
traditional sports, but that's fine.
What does it do? It sounds
It's if you
funny.
get to so if you don't get a second yellow card. There's one yellow and then it goes red. If you get a second yellow card,
Well,
then
you
it's like
got
a red
red.
card.
That's unlucky. I don't know.
I mean, then I'm just off the stream. Then I'm actually sent home. Like that's how that works. I actually want to talk about this Talia pick though, because
Okay.
I know that we've seen a little bit more Talia rising up. If you're fans of LCS,
Fight.
right? Maple
Fight.
has been picking the.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh. No.
what did I say, Cam? What did I
No.
say? What did I
Malphite.
say for Supernova? Huh?
You know what I said? I said pick damage dealing
Oh.
top laner, and you know what? They did in fact pick a damage dealing top laner, but there's a
Yeah.
rumble on my screen. I think, Rude Dude, unless it's glitching out again. Why is there a rumble on my screen, R5?
You know what? I don't know, but I'm here to find out. This champ has been dead in the meta for the last year. I'm down to see it return though. I don't know if this is some hidden counter pick. I would imagine that Rumble versus GP isn't the most favorable matchup for a Rumble, but I don't know. Rumble does well versus melees. Maybe. I'm kind of down. I'm just gonna let Cozy cook right now. We've put him in the kitchen. We've given him the ingredients. We need to see what he chefs up.
Okay, this is very different drafts than we saw last game. They are pretty much flipped. I think Team Ambition is very much solo lane favored, and Supernova is sort of solo lane favored. Their team comp is very confusing to me. Actually,
Can I give you the cheat code?
I'm ready for the cheat code.
Both teams are death ball compositions, Cam. They're just gonna smork at one another.
Bronzodia. I got it. I'm ready.
Sure. That's one way of going about it. It is.
It's the quarterfinals. No wait. Quarterfinals of NACL. We got Bronzodia Deathball comp. I'm ready. Thank you.
I mean, these now to not diminish what the players are doing here. Twitch GP, very difficult champions to pilot. I'll err a little bit less on that.
Lulu, very difficult
for
as
Sivir,
well.
but a little bit less Bronzodia, but still very death ball oriented. Welcome back, Dimitri.
Welcome back.
Woo! Okay, I'm trying to get everything
gosh.
set up. We're all chill. We're all chill here.
Do you want some content? I have some great content for you.
Hit me up with it.
I'll be right back.
Oh, that's leaves. Do you want content? Yes.
No,
leaves.
respect.
Base.
Respect. I'm trying
you
to.
Still have quiz questions as well.
I do. Oh, it's
Hold
them
on.
Finny them Tano.
You have a new caster joining you here today. This
Okay,
is
who's
Peep.
this? Okay,
Say
I
hello to
recognize
Peep.
Cam probably can't hear us as well because they don't have their headsets
Oh,
on.
true.
Yes. Wait.
Wait, see, you gotta give the thumbs up. Visuals, bro. Visual.
Now I
We're
can hear
working with
you.
it.
Hello.
Yes.
There we
Yes.
go.
Okay. Holy
This
poggers.
is Peep.
That thing is huge.
For size
Is Peep taller
comparison,
than
I
you?
am 7'0". Yes.
Okay. Based. Peep is 6'5" then.
I bought this from Walmart for $35. This is the greatest. Oh wait, this was $35 from Walmart. This is the greatest $35 I've ever spent in my life.
I respect that, honestly.
Yeah, legit.
What role does Peep fulfill on our cast? What are they taking? Whose job are they
Peep has
stealing?
good
Mine or
takes.
yours?
Host.
Okay.
I threw up the
Coach
prediction a little bit late, everybody, but we got game 2. If you want to go ahead and throw your channel points, all 4 of them, up on the screen. While we're waiting, we've got
My 970 points.
Yes, we got about a minute and a half, so I've got one more quiz for us to do. So I'm gonna send us over to the transition phase here. Boom, boom, boom. Oh my god, I'm actually good for this. Okay, here we go. Team Ambition.
Oh,
how many times
okay.
have they qualified for a Proving Grounds /NACL
I got
Open
this.
You're so
qualifier?
toxic.
This
You're
is so
so
easy.
toxic.
This is so easy.
Go on, Cam.
1, 3, 4, or 5?
I'm locking it in. 100% 1.
No, it's 3.
Nope.
It is 3. They
Yeah.
qualified.
What?
They
There's
qualified twice last year,
Yeah.
beginning of the year, with a
literally-
roster with Decoy,
Mhm.
and obviously they did it this.
Just because.
No.
What's
No,
up?
because 2022, we're only countering 2022 summer, Cam, where they're they didn't do it at all. But 2022 spring, they qualified.
See,
Yeah.
I wasn't in the season. I wasn't in
Cope.
the scene.
Cope.
That's a skill issue.
Cope.
I'm so sorry.
Learn
but,
your teams. Go back.
Did you not do the trivia quiz for Team Ambition at the end of last year?
True.
Like
True.
that was one of the questions, was how many times did they qualify? And that was 1 or 0 at that time, but I
It was 2
swear
at that
I
time.
did the official Team Ambition trivia quiz. By the way, I was one of the answers.
Oh, respect.
What was the question?
It was best amateur tournament what do you call it? Owner. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
okay,
Mhm,
respect,
mhm.
respect. Okay.
Huge.
Dutch division's got it strong.
Okay, we've got our final game, everybody. So, or not final game. We've got potentially the final
you
game.
leaking?
I'm not
Stop
leaking
leaking,
anything.
bro.
I have not
Final
seen the timeline.
game.
I'm not seeing the last game
We
yet. So,
have leaks live
no,
on stream.
no,
This
no,
is
no. It's
kinda
only been 3
crazy
minutes.
right now.
Relax. I'm transitioning, you guys. Get out of here.
I see approximately 5 pixels on my screen of League of Legends right now. This is quite unfortunate. Oh.
Generation.
Okay, there are a few more pixels on my screen now. Thank you very much.
Okay, now quickly, respect to Pluto for this game because there's some very important information that we need to absorb. Cozy
I'm
has
absorbing?
done the thing that top laners never do, and that is take Ignite plus Flash. Pluto, I think
I'm
that's their
absorbing.
absorption sound. I don't know what that means, but now, okay. Cozy took Ignite. Pluto
I'm
pinged
glad
in
I'll better
heavily.
got it.
I'm the one that got it, for the record. I just wanna make that point. Now, Cozy has put a big chip on his shoulder that says, "Hello, I must solo bolo or I must kill. If not, we struggle late game." Because honestly, I don't know that we struggle late game. The TPs weren't like super impactful in the last game, but there's a world where double TP issue comes into late game macro decisions.
I'm still trying to absorb. You never told me to stop absorbing.
You can stop now. It's fine.
Okay, thank you. I have absorbed the info. I will now ponder on the info that I have absorbed, but I'm also pondering on where my objective timers are in the game. Oh. Thank you. Juki's went
Wait.
Prestige Lulu. Thank you very much. This is the official, by my rankings of Lulu skin. This is the second best Lulu skin in the game, if you're wondering. The best Lulu
Winter
skin in the
Wonderland.
game. You are incorrect. It is Banana Butt Lulu. If you're wondering what that is, then first of all, you don't have culture, but it is Space Groove Lulu with yellow chroma. It does give her a banana butt. It's very
Oh.
perfect.
Congratulations to Face Skin Lulu. Cool start in the bot side for Zed is something I want to draw attention to quickly as well, because this is the acknowledgement that bot lane will be resident sleeper for the early stages of this game. We have 2 hyper carries and double enchanter, so worlds where Pluto and Chukis can maybe throw down a little bit, but the expectation is that we're just going to be farming up a storm. And so far, Zev, perfect. 9 for 9, we're good.
I am curious why Chukis decided to go for the very defensive Relic Shield plus Guardian build on Lulu. Typically, I see that kind of build into like a Nautilus or a Blitzcrank or like a very melee engage type support, but typically against these
it's because Karma
enchanters?
outranges Lulu, so there's just no way that if Pluto's playing with hands that Lulu's ever proccing the Spell Thief's proc without having to burn like E on a minion and then queuing and then only getting 1 proc. It's actually just range diff in the bot side. I respect for Chuki's sake. So you're just really forcing an issue if you go for Spell Thieves this game.
I still believe it would be Spell Thieves Airy, but I'm trying
to give Chukis the benefit of the doubt. This is a very defensive build path, not just from items, but from runes as well, right? He's gone for Guardian as opposed to areas you'd like alluded to. It is very defensive and very much acknowledging that the early game is going to go the way of the Karma, which is perfectly reasonable.
I lost a lot of faith in people's Lulu runes as I asked my college support player on our team, who is Masters 100 LP or something along those lines, why he took Guardian Lulu into a Karma matchup. And he said, I don't know, I took recommended runes. So I lost a lot of faith.
Yeah, that's not the right answer to that question.
Yeah.
So,
I was very concerned, actually.
understandably so. but Zev, okay. Base bot lanes right now because Zev got a like 3-wave crash, picked up a longsword, and the refillable potion. Set, primed, and ready now to farm up a storm. And there's been no base from Azog, so Team Ambition right now just have a lead in bot lane off of laning advantage alone.
Hey, Sean, don't make fun of my team. At least we got ranked. Anyways, yes, bot lane is very quiet. Oh no, Chris is here too.
We're
oh,
just
heck.
flaming Twitch chat now.
I'm gonna start flaming Twitch chat. You guys better watch out.
I see.
I
It
ran
is
out of
what it
Dr.
is.
Pepper. We got a big
Nobody's
problem, actually.
safe. Be careful. Any
Rudy, you got
pipers
any
need to be
Dr.
careful.
Pepper?
I do not. I have never once drank that in my life.
Oh my goodness.
And that's a
You-
fact.
We are
Dragoon just
losing our
hit the
friendship
nuts.
as we speak. This is crazy.
No, that's okay. Dragoon just got plus 25 Silver Serpents on a queue. And
Yo.
I gotta acknowledge that.
He doesn't have any mana though.
He goes back to base. Does not care. TP if needed.
TP, TP,
There you
TP.
go.
Cozy, did decide to walk back. Oh wait,
Well,
he
Cozy
doesn't
doesn't
have
have
TP.
TP.
I mean, he could have like
you
magically
didn't
gotten
absorb.
TP.
I
He
fear.
could have absorbed TP better, you know?
Maybe. But Team Ambition are making a strong move down on the spot side. I mean, the fact that so far Team Ambition have generated these leads exclusively from the bot lane, really good so far. Let's hope the Kizno doesn't steal this one away and make my point redundant.
Come on, kids. No, you could have
Okay.
stolen that one away, but nope. Team Ambition, very similar to last game, with it being a pretty slow early game as well. Again, it is just Team Ambition will probably be in position to take that first dragon as well as probably the second dragon, pretty much uncontested. So they, in theory, will have a Hextech and a Mountain Dragon, which personally is my favorite combo to come out of laning phase with. Well, what is your favorite combo?
Chemtech plus Cloud.
I swear, if you say Chemtech plus Hextech, we were gonna have some problems.
No. Chemtech Cloud is based because it means you don't get Chemtech Soul and like just base move speed is so broken.
I thought you were just gonna say like Chemtech and Cloud are the worst souls, so just get them over with.
No. That's the reason for Chemtech. Cloud Soul's actually really good. I'm a big fan.
I'm glad you're a big fan. There's so many people that aren't a fan of Cloud Soul, and I'm like,
And those people are bad.
I don't
They're
have a
noobs.
problem with it. Like, I have a bigger problem with Chemtech Soul. I think Chemtech Soul is pretty useless.
It has very few applications where like just all the
Yeah.
other breaks are just always good, so I can understand that.
It's like they made Chemtech Soul a thing when Seraphine was the most broken champion in the game, so it is like a Seraphine Soul, and in my mind, it just doesn't work with any other champion in the game. Like, if you have Seraphine on the team, then pray that you get Chemtech, otherwise it's pretty trash.
Yeah, I mean, if we start questioning all the souls, we're going to be here till Supernova
Okay.
Blink play on the map. It's
Break down Cloud Soul for me real quick.
no, I'm gonna not do that. I'm afraid. We've got that 7.5 minute marker. Supports have gone back to base. They've moved out, deployed toward this top side. Rift Herald is the object of all of our team's eyes right now. I think that Kisno should hit 6. Ooh, he might be close to 6 off of this. If they're gonna go for like a battle around the Rift Herald. Worth mentioning that we're like 8 minutes into this game now. Cozy has still not used Ignite. Not saying that that's a bad thing, just an acknowledgement of the facts. But we've got a big fight spawning in. The Rift Herald on spawn started by Team Ambition. And Cozy
Shuki's
already
also-
got the cooker going.
Chuki's also does not have level 6 for the wild growth available yet. If there is a team fight, Pluto also not level 6, but being a Karma doesn't matter nearly as much as no wild growth. Dragoon will walk down, get some vision, but other than
Potential
that,
for a
it's
good
just
wall here.
it's just a lot of pressure being put on by Supernova, but not a whole lot of actual team fights being started.
Go, go, go.
Dragoon drops the cannon barrage. Shuki still not quite level 6, but the polymorph might mean more than anything else. First blood picked up now for Dragoon. Kizno trying to survive with just 1 HP, flashing into the bush as well, but still not quite able to make it out alive. It's a 1-for-1 so far, but Pluto dropped right back into Supernova's arms, making it a 2-for-1, plus the Herald in TA's favor.
Yeah, I think Team Ambition stepping a little too far forward there. They got the Herald and they were just like itching for a fight after the fact. Azog has Ghost. Okay, doesn't go any further. Maybe had Lethal there if they'd flashed for another auto and potentially gotten the Expunge off. But Like I say, Team Ambition stretching a bit too far on that top side. They could have gotten away with just the Herald and didn't necessarily need to fight, but I think they were feeling pressured by the nature of this Rumble's Ignite, really, more so than anything else. They commit a lot onto the top side, and unfortunately, the Vi Rumble combo doesn't particularly come out in full force. What you're looking for is to land the Vi ult while they're on the equalizer. They just start cooking for like 2.5 seconds, and you find lethal damage. But they were able to get off of the red carpet, and they didn't find that kill. And then Pluto was sticking around just a little too much in the back half of that fight as well when the play got called off. Just gives his life really when not necessary.
Definitely not necessary. Now, we do have our Mountain Dragon spawning here in a minute, again, based off of team comps. We are assuming that this will go in the favor of Team Ambition, but based on that last team fight and Dragoon actually picking up a double kill, could be seeing maybe a cannon barrage dropped on this dragon. I'm not sure that there will be a full team fight for it, and Dragoon will be getting TP up in a couple of seconds, so he's gonna have the biggest team fight on this dragon, is basically what I'm saying, compared to anyone else on the Supernova side. I definitely think third dragon is going to be our first massive team fight. Even that Rift Shield was like not even a team fight, it was just like 1 or 2 picks, and then the Rift Shield picked up.
And when we, think about the like you mentioned, these champions around objectives, Dragoon as a player, I think of 2 champions when they come to mind, and GP is one of them. The other being Darius, of course, but we're not talking about a Darius in this game because the Dragoon special with Gangplank in this game is going to go kind of crazy at those neutral objectives. If you can get those barrels set up and start chunking people out, Kachu's got E, should be fine, but a 2-0 lead for the Gangplank, got Essence Reaver already. He's so far ahead in this top matchup that he's going to be feeling super comfortable in these trades up against Cozy. 1.2k gold lead, look at the items as well. Like, it's completed Essence Reaver versus really bad components, so it's super winning for Dragoon right now.
Could be potential pick here on the Sarcasm. Cyclone has been a pop. Not a whole lot that Sarcasm can really do to try and make it out alive. Kachu putting in the DPS, putting in enough damage to just about turn it back onto Kisno, but will in the end trade out his life for the cause. Rickfield popped, but I believe it only got 1 plate. Yeah, it only somehow got 1 plate, and only for Sarcasm as well. Will not be split with Kachu. Azog playing a little bit dangerous down here in the bot lane. Don't expect... We've been saying it a whole lot this game, but we don't expect any 2v2s anytime soon in this bot lane. The most bot lane action we will see is around this dragon.
Yeah, there's just way too much disengage between Karma and Lulu. There's just no way either of these AD carries are dying, so they just recognize there's no point in them fighting. There's a Drake now has respawned though, Mountain Dragon, as we've alluded to, but Team Ambition are the ones that are making their moves down here. Now, like we addressed earlier as well, Dragoon is very strong. If they wanted to pull the Gangplank down, they could potentially have a fight, but it's Cozy who makes first move out of top lane, sacrifices a bit of his top prio, just to make sure that there's nothing too untoward going on. But now that he's gone back up and Supernova want this fight, it's going to be a sticky 4v4.
Steal. No steal potential there. I don't think Onat even had vision in the pit, I'm pretty sure, so it would have been a completely blind steal, and we do have Chemtech, so... Okay, well, you know what? We don't have Seraphine. We have Seraphine, like... I'm not even gonna say 1.0. We have Seraphine, like, 0.5, I guess,
Alpha
is
patch.
The Karma. Yes, Alpha patch Seraphine
yet.
is Karma. Karma's very similar to Seraphine, so I guess if we do have Chemtech Soul, we'll still be able to benefit Team Ambition, but Cozy will not be able to benefit for much longer. Sent back to the fountain for about 30 seconds. Kisno finding his first gank in the bot lane. Wild Growth plus Ignite popped onto Kisno, and no kills to be found, just some extra pressure, maybe some extra tower plates for the Supernova bot lane.
I mean, it's winning on both sides of the map, right? We just saw Dragoon find a kill on Cozy top side. Zev and Pluto are forced away from their turret bot side. Mid-jungle for Team Ambition seemingly missing in action while the rest of the squad from Supernova are really making productive plays. It's a really good push on the map from Supernova and exactly what they need. Reminder, they're 0-1 down in this series. They went 2-0-2-0 in their group stage games. They did not mess around. They made it to this quarterfinal as fast as possible, but they've been immediately challenged by Team Ambition, and it's a great open to game number 2 to put them back to that 1-1 stand if they can continue this lead.
Supernova definitely want to take us to a game 3 for the quarterfinals, best of 3, leaving nothing on the table for their potential semi-finals run here. Supernova right now trying to collapse on the top lane, but going to make it very hard to do so with Sarcasm just constantly hovering around this top side jungle. We haven't seen Sarcasm a whole lot on the bot side yet, outside of just taking a dragon and running back straight to top side. But we do have a Rift Herald spawning in, about 10 seconds. So that is going to be our next massive team fight, I definitely believe.
Akachu's heading bot lane. He doesn't have TP. Azog's already bot lane, but I think he's making his way over. Now they're both just saying, yeah, you're right, Cam. Potential for a fight around here fairly high. We're going to look to try and contest on both ends. Nobody's particularly started this up yet. Oh, dear.
Oh, no. Vi going in all on his own there. Very quickly, we'll have the follow-up, though, from the rest of Team Ambition, and it looks like Sarcasm just about able to make it out alive. We'll eventually get Papa Trading like that 1-4-1. Here comes Azog. Here comes the Twitch. Pew, pew, pew. He's still alive. I thought for sure that he was like about to get blown up, but nope. Azog still living, still breathing, still doing the damage. Kachu on the wrong side of Summoner's Rift right now, fighting his way out of the 1v3. Chuki's very low on mana. Azog as well will run out of mana very shortly. Pluto wants to make his re-engage back in the fight. Chuki's might just be walking into 3 members, trying to fish his way around for a 0. Will end up trading his life for that one as well. Rift Herald still not really being hit by anyone, but I definitely think now after the team fight has ended, should be going in the favor of Supernova once again.
Yeah, they had a really good fight right there. They managed to pick up a good couple exit kills as well. It was a little bit weird because the rest of Team Ambition was sort of lurking in the jungle of Supernova because they knew they wanted the fight. Oh dear. That should be death.
Azog? Yeah. Oh, that's a shutdown as well going over to Sarcasm. Would have preferred probably that to go to Kachu, but still any extra gold for Team Ambition will be very well appreciated for Team Ambition. That's a pretty massive wave denied to Gozi as well.
Dragoon is turbo fed right now. 3-0-2 on the Gangplank, a champion that scales into the late game exceptionally. 2.5 thousand gold up over Cozy, who had the counter pick in this matchup. 1 gank in the top side from Ona, and that was all the difference that was needed for Dragoon to really sway this fight. The early Drake that got it, or the early pack that got him a couple of kills as well, have done unlimited amounts of work for the Gangplank. 7,000 gold, the richest person in this game by far. Yes, there's Silver Serpents adding a little bit to that, but the farm, the kills are all massive contributors.
Contributors? Don't you mean contributions? Or contribute? I forgot I was gonna make fun of British saying contributions, but I forgot how Americans say it. Is it?
L.
I literally went out of my brain as I said it. What
That's
is it?
unlucky.
It's contributions and contributions or something. It's like a different emphasis. British says emphasis on the first and Americans say emphasis on the second, but it's like out of my brain on how to say it right now.
I say contribution. And then you can
See,
say
and
like,
that's how I say it too. And my parents make fun of me and they say like, oh, you say it with a British accent. I'm like, I don't know.
Cam, I don't think we need to find an answer. We don't need to find an answer. This is not the time, I fear.
I'm so confused.
Team Ambition, they do be struggling. They just lost their mid-tier 1. Their one salvation is that they may get a top tier 1 in response, but I don't think Rumble's the champ for taking turrets that Team Ambition appear to think that he is. So that's probably going to be saved. They lose a bot tier 1 as well. Onat doing some beautiful split push work, and for the first time, Supernova secure themselves a Chemtech Drake.
I predicted it correctly. Let's go. I mean, other than the fact that there's no team fight. I said that there's going to be a team fight for the third dragon. There's unfortunately not a team fight. But other than that, I think I predicted it pretty closely. We'll get a team fight for the next dragon. Yes, for sure. Nope, there is a team fight. It's just on the opposite side of the map. And Team Ambition is absolutely not in a position to take that team fight. They were fighting almost in between the inner and outer turrets on the top lane as well. It was just like one of the worst places to fight on Summoner's Rift. So I'm very glad that they did decide to fully disengage, excuse me, from like not even the team fight, just like the 2v3 that they were like in a position to take, and then we're like, nope. But instead they do take that outer turret on the mid lane. It is the first turret that they actually took this game.
They got the super cone as well to get to safety. That's the one good thing about these Chemtech souls, is that the map becomes a lot more fun. You can just blast cone way larger radiuses than you are on traditional maps. So that's my little 2 cents. Dragoon just got a kill in a 1v2.
Observer diff, unlucky.
On the bot side. Turrets are going down on top side as well. I mean, I think Supernova are going to have this game wrapped up very quickly.
All right, calm down, Cyclone, calm down. We're chilling, we're vibing, we're having a good time. Zev and Pluto are not vibing. They're not having a good time right now.
No, unfortunately not.
What
But
is it? What?
Dragoon is.
I saw a
Dragoon
Rift Child.
is.
Was there a Rift Child top lane?
I don't
Or
know.
am I going crazy? I
Nah,
swear
nah.
I just saw like Rift Child was summoned. Okay, nope, I'm going crazy. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
Rift Bot. Okay, I'm not going crazy.
It got booped. It got hit down.
Boop.
It be what it do.
Wee! Wee!
See? Super cone.
This is not the
What's-
Wii. Pluto, Pluto, Pluto. And now we see a Pluto in his natural habitat. Pluto
That was an awful David Attenborough.
wandering around Summoner's Rift, going past the friendly wolves who are currently not alive. Pluto walking around mid lane. Not a whole lot for him to do right now, as Pluto's now off my screen, and as far as I know, he is dead.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
I mean, imagine if all wildlife, you know, documentaries were just like that. As soon as you pan away from them, they die. Damn, that's a sad reality, Cam. Let's not try and bring that one to the forefront. I don't think. Okay,
Be trusted. I can't be trusted
No,
with like this
you-
League of Legends thing.
you cannot. Now, fortunately, the League of Legends players can be trusted with the League of Legends content, and right now,
I think I play
Supernova are
more
doing-
League of Legends than you. Excuse me.
You think you've what? Sorry.
Play more League of Legends than you.
You're gonna have to try and back that one up with some stats. My solo queue games from last split would have to make you beg to differ.
I am victorious current MVP champion for the VRD as well as the VRS. I did make 2 finals back to back in VRD, taking both to game 5. Also was an excellency mid quarterfinalist. No, we were semifinals. We did get semifinals game 5 as well. Unfortunately did not win that one. So yes, thank you. I have played
bad.
League of Legends.
That's on me. It happens. But you know, the important part is that all the guys that are playing right now are playing at a much higher level than you or I, Camcom, and that's the important part. Because I've never played in a NACLQ. I have coached actually a qualifier game. That was funny.
Coached a qualifier game.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I did
Supernova hitting
play
a Baron
in an
Cam.
NACL scrim. Yes, I will continue plugging this.
Nope. Talk about the Baron. We go Baron.
There's a Baron. Baron, nope, you have lied to me once again, Rudu. This is crazy.
They
man.
were hitting the Baron. They were hitting the Baron.
I have been lied to once again by my co-caster. Can I request a new co-caster?
Nope. You're stuck with me. I fear.
Damn.
It is
So
I
unlucky.
and I alone.
I could just leave you alone.
You could, and there would be nothing that I could do to stop you. That is within your... and you know what? That would mean that Alkbarri would have to give me your wages. So
Oh
I actually encourage
no,
that.
your wages are gonna double. Whatever will I do?
yeah. Oh, Azog moment. We
Azog,
go.
Azog kiting? Azog!
Oh, Zeph did it.
So close, man. The E was just not quite enough
He got
damage.
spell shielded, Cam.
Oh, we
That
got
was-
spell shield?
Yeah.
I didn't notice
Zeph
that.
did it.
Nope. Good job, Zev. I believe in you. Oh, here we go. Dragon time. I think Team Ambition probably are not going to, at this point, definitely not, contest this next dragon. They were originally in a position to maybe try and trade it for a Baron, but I don't think without Zeb and Cozy there, they will not have damage
They
to
could
take
catch
the
you.
Baron.
I don't
They
think
do
they're
have
gonna do it
Kachu,
anyway. It's way
but-
too risky. It is way too
Yeah.
risky. I mean, if I would kind of be down because in my eyes, this game's already over. Unless Supernova do a mega fumble, they just turbo out. They're so far ahead right now. There's strong scaling for Team Ambition, but it's not strong enough for me to offset how strong the Supernova scaling is as well. Oh, Pluto, we are in Narnia, sir.
Oh, Pluto, wrong.
Oh.
Oh my
Oh, the bait.
gosh. Pluto is on the
Take
right
the
side
turrets.
of Summoner's Rift, and he's going a little bit of a loop-de-loop roundabout angle here around Supernova buying as much time as he possibly can, taking as many resources as he possibly can, and in fact, he's still living straight into the inhibitor turrets. He is literally still in their base. I think he made it almost to the next turrets. He played a little bit of capture flag there for a second, but now the rest of the team has to survive through the capture flag. Excellent Sherman shuffle, but only buys a couple of seconds for Kaiju. Double kill now picked up for Azog right before he falls back. I think that was a triple. It was a double or triple for Azog, but in the end, yes, it is the ace 2 for 5 in the favor of Supernova, looking to take their first Baron.
That was a bit of a Lulu moment right there. Chukis was just keeping everybody alive by the skins of their teeth. Just such small health bars living. But the Lulu Pixies were coming through in just enough time. They've got enough health to go between this Baron as well, so they'll be able to secure this objective. Beautiful team fighting from Supernova, and honestly, I think that's as good as Team Ambition we're going to get. They had a lot of time on the team fight right there, but Supernova are just too far ahead. It is really difficult for them to lose this game in this position. They got Baron now. Loads of turrets outside the base that they can take. The tier 2s are going to go begging, get that gold in your back pocket, and you're absolutely eating good.
And now 5, nope, not 5, 7? Yeah, 7,000, 8,000 gold lead. It keeps changing in front of me. In the favor of Supernova, of course, they have taken the last 2 dragons. This next Chemtech, not Mountain Dragon, spawns in just under 3 minutes, so their Baron will have just run out. When the dragon spawns again, Azog has gone invisible. I think they know where he is, though, and they absolutely know where Dragoon is. He cannot run very far. That's a shot that picked up for Kaju. Team Ambition looking to turn this game right back around. It is a double kill picked up for Onap, but can they continue this team fight for Supernova? Now very disadvantaged for just,
that was a 4v5,
Cam.
Cam.
Yeah,
that was a
Team
4v5,
Ambition.
by the way. No, Team Ambition had 5 people.
Oh, I thought
And
they
then
had 4.
Supernova, Kisno wasn't a part of that fight. Supernova were down a member for that, and they still came out even. That just speaks to how far ahead they are in this match. Kisno didn't have to do anything in that, and they still came out top trumps. The issue that we found right there, Kachu slid in, tried to pick up the Wukong.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Oh no, Cyclone onto Zev. He does have the spell shield, but it is a little bit too late. Sarcasm pops the vision plant, but can't pop anyone's life here quite yet.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Studying. Zev unfortunately falling off the back end of that, and we're on this window where there's no real objectives to be taken, so the fight after the fact doesn't particularly matter. It was just a bit of a attempt by Team Ambition to try and secure some gold back for themselves, and they were successful in that. Take down Dragoon, that's a massive shutdown that went into somebody's pocket on Team Ambition, and they're going to be very grateful for any sort of gold that they can get. Kachu, there you go, beautiful. They can pick up Rabadons before this Mountain Drake, or even this Baron, because I think that's the more likely one. Yeah, they're nowhere near Rabadon. They don't even have a second rod ready, so if they can get it by the time this next Baron spawns, they could be in a good position, but it's still going to be pretty difficult.
Pretty difficult here for Team Ambition. The gold lead has done nothing but grow for Supernova, despite even the little tiny advantages that Team Ambition have claimed for themselves in the past couple minutes. It still has been almost all turning up for Supernova. They need one more massive team fight win, and they should be able to close this game 2 out and take us to a game 3 for our quarterfinals match. But of course, if Team Ambition take probably 1 or 2 team fights at this point in the game, they could probably also close the game out. It is all going to probably be determined not on this dragon, but maybe the next Baron.
Yeah, and we just see Kachu has to flash right there. Azog uses the spray and pray to ward off the Azir. They don't find the kill, which means if there is a fight around this objective, the Twitch is going to be a lot weaker. But I think that because of the commitment to the top side, Team Ambition have to go away. Dragoon, he might find one.
Dragoon looking to trade his life here for Pluto. He's in the 1v3. He had the cannon barrage, and he's just dead. That is Supernova now trying to claim their next Chemtech Dragon. It should just go uncontested in their favor, but Team Ambition do get yet another shutdown off a Dragon.
Okay. I like this choice from Team Ambition, I must say. The chances of fighting around that Drake, from the onset, were fairly low.
Yeah.
So I like that they're just looking to try and get a little bit more gold from other means, from other avenues. The issue is that Zev is really, really weak this game. Yes, you've reached your 2 items for the Sivir, but we don't even have a BF sword component of our Bloodthirster just yet, and Azog has reached Twitch Exodia. If you get a Runans next, this is like, Azog is in a very good position. But already 3 items is like perfect. You're in a really nice spot as is, and the Zev is just not there. You don't have Rabadons for Karchu either, and you're still waiting on like GA completion for Sarcasm isn't going to be huge, but it's a lot of time bought with that GA that you can just have in the front line. So there's like really big ticket items that are just missing for Team Ambition, where they're just not missing on Supernova's side. So the recognition of that, yeah, exactly. They just aren't missing right now.
Yeah, if you just hit your abilities, I heard you can win the game. Damn, that's crazy. Objective bounties! Yay!
Pity prizes.
Yes, I have not seen objective bounties in a hot minute. It is definitely a lot harder, I think, to spawn them late game than it is in the early game. It is still a 8,000 gold lead for Supernova, but depending on how many, or not even how many, just who Team Ambition can potentially pick off before a fight, whether it's Azog or Ona probably, will be very, very helpful in turning any team fight into their favor, especially that 700 shutdown, still deathless Ona as well. Getting that 700 shutdown onto, hopefully, I would say Kachu would be pretty massive. Azog gonna be locked down. How long can he live in the middle of the entirety of Team Ambition? Cozy were the member to shut him down, but how much damage can they do to Ona? He's still alive. He's still full HP even. And you just see the poor Sarcasm in the middle of 3 people instantly blown up right out of the GA. That was a 2 for 3 even in the favor of Supernova, and they can easily trade that right into the Baron.
There's just too many carries. The execution from Team Ambition is there. They find the target they go for. Kachu goes in with Sarcasm. They pick up the Twitch. They take it down through Chukis with some great peel. But they just don't have enough in the tank to deal with the then fed Gangplank, the 10-kill Talia. There's just not enough resources that Team Ambition have got. They're going to need to reassess how they're taking these fights. Because that wasn't it. It was a good start. They accomplished the plan. The mission was kill Azog. They did that, but then the contingencies weren't in place. Supernova take the Baron. They get the fight accordingly, and they're going to be able to, I would imagine, break open this base. Dragoon is 4 items on this Gangplank. We're just waiting for that final one to come through. 5k gold up over his counterpart. It's not even close to being competitive in the top lane, but there are lots of differences elsewhere as well. 3k in the mid lane. The supports are really weirdly 1k ahead, but it's that solo lane disparity which is really crippling Team Ambition at the minute.
And this was the, I think, R5 Rumble as well, and I'm going to hold that thought. Azog once again going to be locked up by the Thesis. He has the Wild Growth for some extra HP, but even standing on top of the Rumble ult and the Cannon Barrage just doing so much damage to Team Ambition. That alone almost taking out 3 members. Watch the triple kill coming out for the Talia here. And Supernova, yet again, nearly acing Team Ambition, looking to close out the game possibly on this Baron push.
Yeah, they're going to end here. This is going game 3. Ona, just incredible on the Talia, just so fed. And like I mentioned, you can kill one, but you can't kill the other. You go for Azog, Onat kills you. You go for Onat, Azog rips you apart. It's a beautiful game from Supernova. They had the lead from the get-go, and they didn't really let it go.
Supernova will not go down quietly, bringing us to the game 3 of our best of 3 quarterfinals. Team Ambition have one more game. Supernova have one more game before we head to semifinals.
Team Ambition and game 3s so far. They've had a challenge through this tournament, but they're gonna have another one before it's all over. They could get to the semis, very realistically, but equally Supernova were favorites coming into this. They 2-0 and then 2-0 in the group stage. Lost their jungle, but still looking strong enough in this series to pull it to a game 3.
Yeah, actually, though, we've got an insane one. Team Ambition's already in Twitch chat. Fake loss doesn't count. Respect.
Nice.
I mean, we got to see at the very end of the game what Team Ambition wanted to do, right? It was send every single player at Azog, game's over. Or you send them at
Yeah.
ONAT, same thing, right?
It
But
should have been ONET.
sure, but they did it, I think, a little too late. And at that point, like, they used all of the resources. ONAT ends this game 13-0. You were talking about it the whole game, but Dragoon, like, this guy was just smurfing on the GP. This guy was
I said
insane
put him
the
on a
goal.
damage dealer.
There you go. See, they took your advice, Cam. There you go.
Let's go.
Exactly. We're going to take a small break as we're heading into Game 3, just so that Rude can relieve himself and I can go grab some water because I have not gotten
Dr.
up from this
Pepper.
chair for
Get
the
your
last
Dr.
like
Pepper.
4 hours. So when we're back, we will have Game 3 of Team Ambition versus Supernova. Do not go anywhere. Where's the Be Right Back screen? Boom!
Oh, are we live?
Yeah, that's where we talk. Where you got
Okay,
this.
hi. I didn't know I was live. Welcome back to game number 3 of the NACL qualifiers. Quarterfinals. This is game number 3 of Supernova taking on Team Ambition. They are 1-1 in their final game of the quarterfinals. Winner of this one continues on the semifinals, and the loser of this game here, we do unfortunately have to say goodbye to until the next NACL qualifiers, which I believe is almost like in a month to the day from today.
Yeah, it's not a long time away.
Yeah.
But besides that, it's none of these teams want to go home, right? Neither of them are angling for the loss here and going,
Mhm.
I can't wait for next month, guys. Like, please, we need to
Please,
lose this
I
game.
need to play more League of Legends right now.
Yeah, exactly. So I want to talk us through these bans quickly. We've got the Sarcasm Maokai
Okay.
ban, warranted after game number 1. The
Mhm.
Karchu Akali ban, warranted after yesterday's performances of Karchu. And then
Mhm.
Supernova gets all of bot lane banned, with Lucian being the only pick still left in that like
Lulu!
top tier pool. I guess we're going Zeri, Lulu, Lucian, Nami. We've come full circle. It's just whether or not this is in the
Okay.
champ pools, I guess, at this point.
Can somebody please communicate to Pluto to pick the banana butt skin? To clarify, that is specifically the space group with yellow chroma. I will be so happy if I see Pluto with the banana butt skin. That would be beautiful. I don't know if we have the power to communicate that to him or not, but that would be great. Sejuani, what I thought would be B1 last game and possibly this game as well, is the R1 for this game. So I will claim as I am not that wrong.
I mean, both games, or like the last 2 games, been Lulu Open. So it just gives you the option to go for a lot of different hyper carries. Not necessarily
Sona
the
Seraphine?
worst thing in the world that you can
Sona
go
Tark?
for. Sona is not the open that I thought, but Sona is a safe pick once you see the enemy support. It's just
That's
better
true.
Lulu for healing. I don't know that you do
Now,
the same things, but it's a really strong scaling support into the late game.
whenever I see a Sona on the enemy team, I immediately am like, let's pick a minimum of 1 assassin, if not probably 2 assassins. So I'm
Mhm.
fully expecting like assassin bans round 2 from Supernova, and probably an assassin mid for Team Ambition here, as they did luck in the Kindred. I really like Kindred just in the meta. I know not a lot of people actually play her right now in competitive play, but I think she's a super fun champion to both play and spectate, watch, cast, whatever you want to say. She's just a cool champion.
And I think that specifically versus Sejuani as well, you have a fairly decent time. You've
Yeah.
got hops, 3-second cooldown when your W's down.
Mhm.
You can get out of the Sejuani's range fairly easily. So it's not a bad matchup for Sarcasm at all. A very proficient
Mhm.
Kindred player as well. So lots of ticks in the correct boxes for Sarcasm this game. The Lucian paired up with the Sona. This is the sort of second derivative of Lucian Nami, Lucian Sona. Lucian as a champion, you still have a lot of power in the laning phase, a lot of power on those 1-2 item spikes, and the Sona gives
Ooh,
you a bit more
Vex.
juice in the late game as well.
Okay, I was gonna be very interested to see if it was a Vex pick. I am not expecting it. Okay, Talia, a little bit more similar to last game. Of course, if you didn't see last game, Ona did just go like, I don't know the exact number, but something along the lines like 10-0 on Talia mid
Yeah,
lane, and that
13-0, I
was
think, at the end.
yeah,
Yeah.
13-0, something along those lines. So he did just absolutely pop off on the Talia. So excited to see him on it again, game 3. But I would like to ask the players again. Don't know if this is in my power or not to ask why they decided to go Lucian Sona as opposed to Lucian Nami, with the Nami being open. Again, I'm sure they have a very good reason for it. I'm just curious.
I don't like these 2 picks from TA. In isolation, those 2 picks together work really well, right? Galio Camille, a tale as old as time. You press Hextech Ultimatum on somebody, you then Galio ult them in, and there's no
Hero's
counterplay
entrance.
outside of stopwatch. Yeah. My bad.
Yeah.
There's just no counterplay unless you've got like stasis, and that's about it. Now, this into a Talia, really bad, because Talia presses E and then all of the engage, you get turbo stunned. It also has fed into a Dragoon Darius pick, which is something that we need
Yeah.
to talk about, because I mentioned last game there are 2 picks that I think are synonymous with Dragoon. One of them was Gangplank, that got banned. The other one, he's picked here.
Okay, I get to see the Dragoon Darius. Let's go. He's even got the Ghost as well. Very excited. He doesn't flash, unfortunately. I've seen a lot of Dariuses take something other than flash, like TP or even Ignite. I've seen a lot of recently, but we are going a little bit more on defensive, I would say, with the flash. I mean, you can use it for offensive as well, but I definitely think in competitive, it's more of a defensive summoner spell.
To each their own, I think, with that one. That's
Okay,
a
fine.
50-50.
Ignite. I want to see Ghost Ignite. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, okay, there we go. Let's get your true intentions out there, Camcom. Come on, don't hold anything back. I do think, though, that Supernova have got really good poise in this draft from just the Talia pick alone. And then I'm also obviously just a massive fan of Darius. Now, the draft from Team Ambition, though, has a really clear identity, I will say. It does a really good job of having high prio
What am I
top
doing?
side of the map early on. I'm going to hold because we have a scene change and we should acknowledge that. No, we're not.
Oh.
Never mind. All right. Okay. Either way, Team Ambition have got a really strong identity. They've got a really powerful top side with Galio Camille and then a Kindred as well to supplement damage. And then they've got Zeri Lulu for late game. And then worst case scenario, if Zeri is in the bin, they have a Kindred marksman as well. Like they've got 2 marksmen for the Lulu to buff.
Now I'm gonna wait to see what happens because I can't talk about draft if it's not on my screen. So.
Oh, that's unlucky. How do you feel about? Oh, okay, never mind. No.
Oh no, I don't like
huge.
this. I don't
look
like
great
this.
in that picture. That is.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to everybody, but we need to stop the count right now. We've got Dragoon Darius in Game 3. Everything matters right now. It doesn't, like, everything you thought of before, every other game didn't matter before this moment. This is basically a glorified best of 1 into semifinals to play against Dewey and Tony Top tomorrow or next week. And Dragoon, in their moment, in their hour of need, he pulls it out. He pulls out the counter, just the insane pick. As soon as I saw it, as soon as I saw the R5, I was like, he's gonna do it. He's gonna pull out the Darius. The team comp was just beautiful. I do want to ask something, Rude. You had a question. You were kind of questioning the solo lanes and their like why they were picked. Can you kind of run me through that again?
I was questioning who solo lanes, both of them or
for TA.
Oh, okay. So basically, I just don't like these 2 champs versus Talia. Because Talia puts down E and then Camille can't engage, Galio can't engage. And if they try, they get stunned and booped away immediately. It's just a super easy match. Can
I counter when you're done with your point here?
Yeah, you go.
Okay.
You go.
Okay. No, you're not allowed to.
Kachu is never main engaging. That guy is, unless he's flashing over a wall and Wing, that's just never going to happen. And you're playing around Sarcasm and Zev. This is we are given the hyper carries the true moment of 1v9er.
Both of those also get ruined by Talia E.
Skill issue actually.
I
also he just throws down the ult. It's chill.
The counterplay is we get in with Camille, and I think that even if she gets stunned and takes a boatload of damage, then
Twitch chat, how are you doing, guys?
Cam, you have your discussion. That's fine.
Twitch chat, hi. We got some peeps here. We got League of Legends games going on. They're having a conversation.
We're piss chilling, but we've got an awesome
I'm looking
game.
at Twitch chat, by the way.
Like,
I'm making eye contact with Twitch chat right now on my side.
The fact that we have a Dragoon Darius game, I think, is a blessing, and the fact that you guys get it, I'm a little bit jealous. But I'm gonna get you guys into game now.
Do you want to take it?
Skill
issue, hell no! Hell no!
Produce.
No.
You know, I'll take over the producer reins.
Oh no! I have 5 pixels of League of Legends on my screen. What do I do? I'm
We're
scared.
in the game.
Rooted, help me. Maybe?
The game.
Okay, we have League of Legends. We have the quarterfinals. Game number 3 once again on our hands. Rooted, do we have a series on our hands?
Not yet. I told you before the stream, 40 minutes, and then you can say it.
All right. We do not have a series on our hands here, unfortunately. We just only have a game 3 of a best of 3. It's not a true series.
Correct.
Okay.
This is just every other NACLQ series so far.
Understood.
Yesterday, I'm pretty sure all 3 series went to 3 games. So this is par for the course right now. We're in the standard of NACLQ. It needs to be 40 minutes and a
Understood.
second elder.
I am ready to have a true series on our hands here as I'm taking a quick peek around the map. I see a ghost on Galio. I do not know how I feel about that quite yet. I am sure Kachu will prove it to be very useful. I also see a barrier on Azog. I also do not know how I feel about that one quite yet. I'm guessing that is to counter Sarcasm. Kisno forced to level E, level 1 on the Sejuani. It will ensure his safety and ensure he gets to keep his flash, but you definitely don't want to be forced to level E, level 1.
You know, E level 1's not horrendous, but yeah,
Oh
you're
no,
right. It's not like it's
Sarcasm.
not optimal.
Sarcasm,
Oh.
don't do it to him. Okay.
It's okay.
Sarcasm is W. He can't jump over the wall. It's okay.
And importantly, Kisno also still has flash. So they both have like mobility, right? Kisno's got Q plus flash if needed. Oh no. Oh,
no.
Kachu has a moment.
Oh no, Kachu. Oh, everyone close your eyes. Nobody saw that. It's okay. It's okay. Nothing
The
happened.
wall do be dummy thick.
You
like
know
that.
what? If that is the only time that Kachu does that in the entire game, then that's fine.
Mhm.
It's level 1. It doesn't matter, right?
It's the practice E.
Exactly.
The
now you get
warm
it.
up. I understand. Okay, you touched on something earlier, the barrier for Azog. I want to touch on a little, a micro interaction that may prove to be a little useful later on when we get a chance, because there's 2s hit. No, nothing happens. So
I
part
have
of Zeri's...
also just... Wait, Pluto doesn't have Banana Butt. I'm so sad.
It's true. You don't have the power, I'm afraid.
Cozy also has 1 CS. What happened?
Well, Cozy started E and Dragoon Smash.
I see, I see. I was told Dragoon plays a little bit of Darius. I am ready to see a little bit of a Darius player. I'm sorry, you had a barrier point, and I just got very distracted by Lulusian.
No. You know what? You're absolutely fine. My point is that Zeri does have an interaction with shields, right? If she's attacking somebody who's got a shield on, she steals a bit of the shield. So particularly versus Sona, who's going to have, you know, W going off quite frequently, and then barrier as well. Zev is going to get like a lot of temporary HP very quickly versus Sona in particular, and then obviously the barrier from Lucian.
Kachu going in for a little bit of a 1v1. Onat does not have a whole lot of mana to be able to trade back through that one, and of course, that is a play that we will probably see a whole lot throughout the course of this mid-laning phase, with Onat having the first strike. Kachu always wants to have the first say in a play, I guess is how I'll say it.
You want to get the first damage down. There's nothing wrong with that.
There you go.
You're looking for Onat to use the E, probably, to break first strike, but it's worth saying as well, Kachu actually really up in farm in this mid lane. It's not like a lot, but it's enough. Bot lane. Oh dear.
Dive coming down here in the bot lane. Kisno, first time in a showdown here in the bot lane. They do pop Zev, but Kisno will also be popped. Pluto, who weren't able to pick up the kill onto Kisno, and more importantly, I would say Azog getting the first blood extra gold onto him as well.
And respect to Kisno right there. There's a world where like you go for these dives and then junglers are playing for preservation of life. Kisno knew that he was going in, he wasn't coming back out. As long as we kill Zev, that is all that matters. Plus, like you say, Azog getting the kill were really beneficial. Loses a couple waves underneath that turret, and a good opener for Supernova down on that bot side as Dragoon is trying to hold this wave on the top side and force Cozy into a really bad position right now. Hold E for the Camille E is how you want to play this match.
I don't think Cozy actually saw Kisno wrap around the bush. Cozy is able to get the hook shot off the side wall, having or forced to wait out the full passive stock from Dragoon as well. So absolutely not the fight that Cozy ever wants to take. Also forced to burn his own flash. Luckily for him, of course, Kisno didn't have a flash of his own to follow up. Sarcasm even showing his face just to make sure that Cozy can try and crash this wave.
Yeah, needed, because Dragoon is holding that wave way out there. Had also got that base off. We mentioned a 3-wave crash earlier on in the series, and looks like Dragoon managed to find something similar, got a free base timing, and managed to pick up D-Blade plus D-Shield. Really powerful laning out of the Darius, and Cozy needed some help there to get a good recall in and get back to base, reset that health pool, and try and feel a little more comfortable in this top lane, because Dragoon knows this matchup, knows how he wants to be playing it. I mentioned, right, hold E for the Camille hook shot. That's the one window when you can interrupt the Camille, is when she's traveling to the wall. You can pull her out of it with the apprehend, and if you do that, she has no escape tools, and particularly with no flash as well, Cozy's going to be at the mercy of this Darius.
And that is exactly why they picked the Darius R5 for Dragoon. That being, of course, also compared to the fact that All Battery is just extremely excited about seeing Darius. No other reason, of course. None
No other reason
at all. No. Kachu and Ona popping their level 6s. Neither of their 6s particularly useful in a 1v1 scenario, but now we do get to start seeing, I would expect, more roams to side lanes, so possibly another dive down here on the bot lane with some assistance from the mid laners this time, so could be looking at some bot lane parties. I don't expect to see any top lane action. I mean, maybe
I
ults
do.
up there. Okay, you predict top lane, I'll predict bot lane, but in fact it will actually be mid lane. Flash and Ghost coming out from Kachu, and Sarcasm will follow up with his own flash as well, picking up the kill on Ona for himself, but unfortunately takes a tower shot, gifting that kill over to Kizno and Dragoon as well, popping the Ghost to claim his kill on Kachu.
Okay, collapsed in. Supernova do a great job at making Onat's life worth losing. Kill over to Kizno, kill over to Dragoon. Again, going to make this top lane matchup even harder for Cozy. And the bot lane is just perma-prio for Supernova as well, winning on all fronts of the map. Really good start. And again, we remember they were the 2-0 team from the group stage. They won all of their matches, 2-0 up until today. They did lose one early on to Team Ambition, but they've looked strong since. Game number 2 was not particularly competitive, I will say, and then this one, it's looking a lot more likely that we can go to a distanced game number 3. But Supernova have got themselves all the foundations of a great game.
Foundations of a great game. There's the Camille Galio combo there as well. Getting the quick trade top onto jungle there. I would say much more in the favor of Team Ambition. Cozy, you see crashing a massive wave that is a cannon wave and a half, I do believe, underneath Dragoon's tower. This will be at least one plate, probably actually 2 plates for Cozy, completely solo. That is absolutely massive, trading so much XP in his favor.
Can't understate how huge this is for Cozy, right? Not just because it gives him a load of gold and experience to get back into the laning phase, but it denies Dragoon a lot of experience too. That was like 3 waves under the turret that he didn't get to collect.
That's at least another kill worth.
yeah, it is. He's going to get the scraps of that wave now, but the wave's going to be pushing away from him. Sarcasm's on this top side. There's going to be a couple really difficult minutes for Dragoon. Pluto's up here as well. There's a Herald spawned 30 seconds ago. We need to see if either of these teams can really make a productive play around the Rift Herald, or if we're just going to see a bit of mid lane ping pong, a little bit of throwing out skill shots, and then ultimately neither side really getting too aggressive.
Rift Herald available now, like you say. I don't expect there to be a massive fight for it quite yet. I think we might see something towards the Rift Herald in 3 minutes when the dragon is actually up, in which case we'll probably see a dragon for Rift Herald trade at that point, unless someone sneaks the Herald away. But other than that, I think it will probably end up being that second dragon traded for the first Rift Herald. Unfortunate there for Azog. Forced to flash away, might have just overextended a little bit too much, considering his support is not on the bot side. Instead, Supernova do prove me wrong. They will instead 4-man the Rift Herald, leaving Azog all on his own, in danger of being 3-man dove.
Fortunately, yeah, it looks like they're going to be just sacrificing a little bit of Azog time for that Rift Herald, and that's again stock that you can put back into Azog if you want with that Rift Herald. You make a great point though, Cam. Azog does need to be a little careful down on this bot lane for a wee while, and is respecting the fact that Kachu's missing from mid lane. Sarcasm isn't seen on the map. You need to be a little bit more respectful though. Just because Chuki's hid doesn't mean that you suddenly win 4 versus 2. Can do these little bits of poke, that's nice. But with the rest of Supernova now starting to collapse, Onat's going to push in mid lane, and if Team Ambition had stuck around too long, they could have had Weaver's Wall in, plus the Sejuani would have collapsed down and made Team Ambition in a really bad spot. Not going to be the case though. Nice, just respectful play.
Respectful play here so far. Excellent flash there from Pluto, as well as burning that heal to make sure that he and Zev can barely make it out alive. Everything that they did right there mattered so much, and they do make it out, claiming those 2 extra tower plates for themselves as well. So despite all the resources that Supernova just threw down in the bot lane, it will not actually turn up any benefits in the end for them, I believe. And they
And
will
this
be
is
able to
good.
drop the Rift Herald.
This
That's
is
probably
exactly
the
what I
most
mentioned. Right? Like the Supernova spent a little bit of time on that top side. They sacrificed Azog for a little while, but now they get to pay it back because of the Rift Herald and the prize that it gives you. If they can break this whole turret, it means that the play on the top side was incredibly worthwhile for Supernova. Really good recognition that they can use Chukis for a little bit of time on the top side, have that numbers advantage, find the win, and the same on the bot side as well.
Sarcasm looking for a little bit of a 1v2 here. I don't think this is really where he wants to be. I think the Lamb's Respite is on cooldown. It is currently 1 pixel on my screen. Is it on cooldown?
No, it's up. It's up. It's fine.
All right, sir. I was gonna say, if
And
it
they
is
have
on cooldown, that's very
Pluto
dangerous
as well. Yeah, they have
for
Pluto
him
as
to
well.
take.
So the Lulu in the back pocket just adds so much safety to both of these marksmen, right? We mentioned in the draft that the fact that there's 2 of them just makes this composition really terrifying the later the game gets, because you have double AD in the late stages as opposed to just single, and it makes that target selection even more difficult for Supernova to really get down. I don't know this is going to be anything. It's probably just
Kachu?
stun and yeah.
Yeah, Kachu should be fine pushing in the mid lane. It has, in relation to the past 2 games, been a pretty quiet early game. We've had 1 Dragon, 1 Rift Herald so far, and neither of them really had any sort of team fight around them. We do have a pretty early Kraken Slayer completed for Sarcasm, but other than that, no real surprises. Azog finishing his Kraken Slayer pretty early as well, mostly just thanks to Chuki's not being in lane as much. Chuki's playing a lot on the top side, actually, recently.
And of course the futures market, I can imagine, maybe for Azog. I actually don't know, but he's got free boots, so you don't have to spend the gold on your tier 2 boots early, which means that you just invest heavily into your mythic. Get that online as soon as possible. The reason we've seen a little bit less of an early game fight, I'm going to say, is just because Team Ambition are so gated by cooldowns. They were waiting for level 6 first of all, and then they can only make plays once those ultis are back up off cooldown, right? You remember Cozy Kachu, this Galio Camille combo, it's tried and tested. But when their cooldowns aren't open or aren't up, there's nothing to be done. There's no play to be made. But now they're back up, and if they can use this Camille to get on top of somebody, we're looking at Dragoon on... That's just where the Camille is. They can maybe make another play happen.
Sarcasm might just be making a play onto Dragoon here in his own bush. Dragoon is not going to be able to get the execute onto Sarcasm. Also popping the Lamb's Respite as well, making sure that Sarcasm does not get executed. He has the fully stacked Hemorrhage passive, I think is what it's called, from Dragoon, but cannot actually claim any kills back in his favor in the 1v2, almost 1v3. Also got the TP out from Onad. Meanwhile, here in the mid lane, taunted up, slowed up, Azog with the healing, just about able to make it alive. Way back to his tower. Kizno as well with the extra healing from Chuki's absolutely putting in the work, putting in the healing that he needed. Kachu cannot jump away, and in fact, Kachu is the one ended up falling for everything that they commit for trying to kill Kizno and trying to kill Azog. It is actually Kachu the one that falls, turning up Supernova.
Nice response from Supernova, and like we mentioned, as soon as those cooldowns start to come back up, Team Ambition start sniffing out plays. They went up to the top side, took down Dragoon. Was a big commitment, a lot of resources used to do it, and then they tried to collapse in on the mid lane as well and try and find another kill there, but it was Chuki's there, the difference maker on this Sona, to allow a return play. Overall, a 1-for-1 on the map, and it's Supernova just barely out in front in gold. There's still a fairly decently sized lead for Dragoon in that top side, and the mid lane as well is Onat very far ahead in terms of farm. Just the nature of Galio is that he has to sacrifice more when he roams, just because it's a little more difficult for him to get wave clear down over a Talia. So we're looking at Onat once again to be a very, very scary character, because I'm looking not just at those CS numbers, but the levels as well. Kachu only just dinged level 10. Onat has been 11 for a while now. And even though it's just a 700 gold disparity, the difference in levels really does give you a lot of intangible gold from the base statistics.
And of course, those levels.
Top. Okay.
Yeah, and of course, those levels do mean more the higher that they are. So a level 12 to 10 lead is not the same as a level 10 to a level 8 lead. And Onat is in a position here to have a 2-level lead for a majority rest of the game here. Also has a little bit of extra safety with the help of that stopwatch. He will be competing with Sonya's, I would hope, third, but maybe second as his item. No towers other than the one tower that the Richard went on in the bottom lane have actually been taken yet. I think Team Ambition are in a position to take this next tower up here on the top side. Dragoon having a hard time with the junglers up here. Doesn't have the Lamb's Respite available quite yet, but it might not matter. And as I said, that it will absolutely matter. Sarcasm just about able to make it out alive with the help of the Wild Growth, but it might not be able to live for Pluto either. Sarcasm running the wrong way on Summoner's Rift. That kill will be donated back over to Chuki's. 2 more kills in the favor of Supernova.
Crucial crescendo from Chuki's, catches 2 people lacking from Team Ambition. Going to be the herald of their prize. Top tier 1 turret also going to go begging, you'd like to think. And a great collapse once again from Supernova. It's Kisno that comes in with the Glacial Prism that just barely saves Dragoon's life. And then Chuki's comes in with the flash ult to turn the fight back around in Supernova's favor. Not just retreating, instead deciding to get aggressive on the backhand.
Welcome everyone from the other NACL quarterfinals match. We are in our game 3 of Team Ambition versus Supernova. We are 1-1 in our final game of the day. Very exciting so far. It is a little bit more Supernova favored, but based on the 2 games previously, this has been a very back and forth type of series. So there is a 4,000 gold on the board right now, but I definitely predict Team Ambition are in a position to make a comeback. I think later stages of the game, 3 items roughly. I think Team Ambition can absolutely get some team fight wins. It just is going to matter a whole lot around these next couple of dragons.
Yeah, Team Ambition have double marksman. That's something that you can never take away from them. The later this game goes, they are going to have 2 very scary damage threats through the team fights that we see. I think the X factor for Supernova, and I addressed this in the draft, is that Onat is going to be a really powerful carry in the late stages as well. Talia is very strong when she has those items and can deal with Zeri, Kindred, if they don't space appropriately, because Talia just has enough range to be able to do that. The issue, of course, is that Lucian, we're not expecting to scale as well, but they're fighting. Oh my, that's just death.
Oh my goodness, Pluto! Nothing you can really do about that. In fact, it's quite impressive that he had the reaction speed to even pop heal. He did pop heal, unfortunately not Wild Growth. I think Wild Growth probably had a better chance of keeping him alive, if that, but
double.
Bouncing back straight into the waiting arms of Supernova. Luckily, the Lamb's Respite will be able to keep Team Ambition alive for just a couple of extra seconds, but the tower is still alive. The tower is still hitting, but Azog is also still hidden hard. Cozy will be the next member to fall. They lost their support, they lost their top laner, and with that should be a pretty free dragon here for Supernova. 2 really nice, really well executed picks, honestly, in the mid lane there.
Supernova are doing such a good job at collecting more than just kills. Once they get them, they're taking objectives as well. Last time, it was a top tier 1 and a Rick Herald. This time, it's a mid tier 1 and a dragon, and they are collecting on the debts that Team Ambition are needing to pay. Soul point now for Supernova. So early into this game as well, we're looking at a 24-minute soul point for the Supernova roster. And I'm going to just put this out here. Azog is playing incredibly well. Onat is playing incredibly well. Both of the mechanics on these 2 have been off the charts. Onat is, like, for me, questioning whether we draw Talia bans now. It is
yeah,
insane. That was a double shunt under the turret on 2 people that were either side of the turret to start that fight going. It is exceptional play that you can't understate its impact on.
Onat in our game 2 of our best of 3 here today as well. For those of you just joining us now from the raid, he did go somewhere along the lines of 13-0 in game 2 on the same Talia pick. So we were very happy to see him on the same Talia pick again, but it has not quite been to the same level of a 13-0, but still absolutely very high mechanical ability that Onat does hold on this Talia pick. Supernova have been playing so well. I think their mental ability has just scaled more than anything throughout this best of 3. Game 1 was the game that Supernova did end up dropping in. Game 2, they played super well. In Game 3, I'm also gonna say, has gone very well in their favor here so far. I definitely don't want to jinx anything, but Baron has spawned up now. Team Ambition hovering around it, maybe looking for a pick, but I don't think they really want to start it. Kisno is not the member you want to pick immediately. Forces that flash out from Pluto. Kisno not getting the flashes out from anyone else. I think probably best case scenario for Team Ambition is Pluto being the member to flash away.
Yeah, that's about as good as that one goes. You're hoping that Chukis is the one that face checks that. If it is, then that's a quick one-shot on a Sona. Unfortunately, right, like you say, Sejuani's the one that goes in. And they can't really ever start this Baron Team Ambition unless they know that Supernova have really overcommitted elsewhere on the map, but they're just not going to do that. They should never really be giving that opportunity to Team Ambition. This is where the non-teleport summoner spell secondary do start to catch you out a little bit for Supernova, because they don't have TP for Dragoon, so he can't go and match the Camille down on the bot side. And if you send the Taliyah down to the bot side to match because they've got teleport, it is a little more difficult for the Taliyah to handle the 1 versus 1. I do think it's possible. I think that Onat is actually far enough ahead, and with the stopwatch, there's enough safety in the kit to keep yourself alive under the turret. And if all you have to do is wave clear, then you're absolutely fine. But they can't use this Darius counter pick to its fullest extent in a side lane like Team Ambition can if this Camille gets really off to the races and starts, you know, picking up a couple more items. That 1v1 does become a lot more difficult to navigate for Dragoon.
And it is a good point where, like, really all 3 of the carries here for Team Ambition, that being Cozy, Sarcasm, and Zev, are all, like, 1 double kill, maybe a triple kill away from just, like, absolutely taking over this game, right? It's just they haven't had that one big outplay for any of the 3 of them to be able to get that massive lead that really puts them in the carry position. But they're still in a position to make a pretty good comeback in this game, right? I've been saying they've held on strong. They've lost very gracefully in the first 20 minutes of this game. It is still absolutely in the books to make a comeback, as long, I mean, not even as long as they don't lose the soul right here. I think they could probably lose the soul here and still, as long as they get that triple kill, just one really good play on one of the carries could still turn this game straight back into TA's favor.
I think Hextech Soul is a really big boost for Supernova, though. It's going to make it a lot more difficult, and you can see Team Ambition, they recognize that, right? They don't want to give this up for free. They're already hovering around mid lane, around this river, around the dragon, because they want to make sure that that's not going over without a fight. And unfortunately, the item spikes are just not there for Team Ambition. They've got 55 seconds. They need to be taking
They're so
resets.
close to it, too. That's why it's like,
They
oh
are.
my goodness. It's just one play away, and then we're like out of 3 items area or something. Like, it's so close to just having that 1v9 Zeri or whatever champion is that gets that kill. And the Baron does have a couple of pings on it. Supernova is in a position to just probably rush this Baron. They probably have enough damage to do just that, but their soul is spawning in 30 seconds. Hextech Soul is so scary to give up. The immediate Zhong is coming out from Kachu. Can they make it out alive? The Lamb's rested, putting in the work. They can't get the executes off, but after it runs out, they absolutely can. Double kill coming out for none other than Sarcasm. Zev over the wall as well, trying to make his way back to his base. Absolutely will not be allowed to do just that. Double kill coming out as well for Azog. 5-0 clean ace for Supernova.
Yeah, that was a really difficult position for Team Ambition, but Supernova, they play the bait game perfectly. They walk towards the bar and say, oh yeah, we're going to do this, come contest, and then immediately just barrel down at them through the mid lane. Gorgeous execution by Supernova. They're back to their winning ways, and in this game, with a Soul and a Baron at their backs, a massive gold lead as well. It's going to be 10k once this Baron goes down. There's very little hope for Team Ambition anymore. Miracles are going to need to be in their back pockets, ready to go. Because they're going to need not just one miracle fight, probably not even a second, but a third to go their way.
That was close. I was like, ooh, Sarcasm, like 3 seconds away from possibly stealing that. Soul would have been very funny, but not quite able to. Team Ambition, that was their first, like, pretty massive team fight loss, though, right? Like, everything has been, like, as even as they possibly can make it, and that was the first real, oh shit, it's 5-0.
That was the doomsday moment for Team Ambition. Gonna need to go back to the Camille Galio moments, I think, where they just try and find somebody on a side lane and catch them out with that combo, as opposed to looking for these big 5v5s again. But that's on Supernova to not give them it. Right now, they're doing a great job, right? So frequently, you don't want all 3 carries jockeying one lane, sharing farm, sharing XP. But they're so far ahead right now, they can afford to be a little inefficient if it leads them closer to closing the game. I love that they're just 5-man ARAMing mid lane, because they have the tools, they have the power to just force any fight, even under a tier 3 turret. You can see Team Ambition, they also know this. There's just nothing they can do so far behind.
Yeah. Team Ambition, unfortunately, just forced to give away their mid lane inhibitor. You see Kachu waiting in the wings, looking for someone to be slightly out of position to get a pick on them, and that one person may have just been Dragoon if they were in position for that one. But again, these out of positions from Supernova are just microseconds. It's like 1 or 2 seconds that if you catch them in that time, yes, you might be able to get a pick onto them, but otherwise, perfectly grouped up. They got the mid lane inhibitor, transition all 5 members down the bot lane, take that inner turret, pop, probably take this inhibitor turret here as well. Their Baron will be running out in just over 60 seconds.
There's a couple of good TP wards if we look at the Tri-Brush, if Team Ambition want to make some sort of last-ditch play.
Cozy going in, there's the flash, there's the hero's entrance on the 4 members of Supernova. Now, do Team Ambition have the damage to continue this fight? Dragoon is still alive, he has the executes, he has the damage, he's got the double kill as well. The Lambs rested only by so much time. Triple kill for Dragoon to close out the game, close out the series here for Supernova. It took 3 games, it took us 26 minutes in game number 3, but Supernova finally securing their spot here in the NACL qualifier semifinals.
A valiant effort by Team Ambition. Nobody had bested Supernova in the entire qualifier event so far, but they took 1 game off them to start out the series. But Supernova, they booked their ideas up. That 1 game breathing room with Kisno in, and they were more than ready to go after that. Really good performance in game number 3 as well. It felt like the games got less and less competitive as we went on through. Like game number 1 was a really tight affair. Team Ambition sneaking it away in the end with a really great team fight off of Zev and the Ziggs. Supernova, like I said, game number 2, a little bit more to and fro, and then game number 3 took them 26 minutes to close.
Wow. That was
the mental scaling.
That was game. Jeez.
Juicer.
I did not know how that game was going to kind of pan out, especially we have had a bunch of, I think, best of 3s all weekend. So, like, anything is possible. And
it could be a 5-game series.
Azog back-to-back, man. This guy's put up numbers.
Yeah.
He's insane.
He has earned himself that Talia ban next week, and I'm definitely going to go out on a limb here and say that's a Talia ban probably all the games for next weekend.
Potentially true. For everybody, yeah, we've been catching up. This is the final stream for today.
Yes.
As we saw in the middle of that game, TFT were able to take the 2-1 over Native. Congratulations to them.
Yay, Winter!
Winter.
Good job, Winter.
I was gonna say Cam was probably super excited to hear that was gonna be going down like that. Yeah.
I secretly was.
You're actually such a Native hater for no reason.
No. Native just didn't give me free stickers at LCS. Come on.
True. Honestly, I have those stickers too. I just had to shout out the homies, but you're bringing the stickers on screen? Okay. Cam's gonna go get them. But while we're waiting.
Oh no, they're right next to me.
Oh, based.
Look at this.
Based.
I got them on my pin collection.
That's incredible. Awesome.
I'm a big Winter fan.
I'm really sad that we didn't get the Dragoon Penta there, because it was looking clean. He
was
got the Quadra,
yeah.
like you saw everybody lining up with low HP, and I was like, he's gonna do it, isn't he?
Azog stole it.
I was
Azog stole it, by the way.
It's because also Azog also didn't get a Penta last week versus Horizon, but that was because he got scammed by the game, and like Dragon Min had respawned, so like the timer just didn't matter anymore. That sucked. Yeah, that made me very sad. But he basically got a Penta. He aced the entire team. And so he said, if I can't have it, Dragoon. Dragoon, you're not getting that one for yourself. So I'm going to award everybody their points for predictions.
Good job.
Yeah, I had to set that up. Literally, I was like, oh, dude, I have to do the predictions. And they made like the bot die for first blood. I was like, no.
That's unlucky.
I'm actually scamming everybody out of points. But wow, I mean we've had some pretty good games today, just in general. Not only the ones that were happening on the mainstream, but even just across the board. I think the Native TFT one that really could have gone to either of them. Rude, you've been on the stream all day. How are you feeling about NACL qualifiers?
Hopeful, I think, is the word. I've been watching a lot of NACL as well. I think the teams that have won today have shown enough signs that when we go to the promotion tournament, whichever of the 4 teams that end up going,
we are farming some provisionals.
Exactly. Like there's definitely hope for the upward momentum of these teams.
Cam, how are you feeling? You've made it through. You got through the best.
I did. I did. This was my first NACL cast since the qualifiers.
Yeah.
The 32 Swiss bracket, whatever that was. So this was fun.
True. We're still in the
Thanks for having
qualifiers,
me.
right? Like, I know we were
Well,
talking
yeah.
about it during the game, but this is only the first qualifier. We're going to be wrapping up the coverage next week, Saturday and Sunday, for semis and grand finals. There's a grand finals best of 5, and then after that, qualifiers 2 are going to be starting. So we're going to have to go through a whole other Swiss bracket. The selection committee is probably going to get roasted again, so that'll be a lot of fun.
No.
Before we
I'm
close
not
out
doing
the
that.
show, yeah, I know. Best of luck. Good luck for Rude. I'm gonna send us to a quick transition so we can take a look at the points
Ooh.
here. These are the teams that have already won, and these, in terms of points,
Okay.
gonna matter so much. The fact that both Native and Team Ambition are tied, I think a lot of people would be a little bit surprised about. But like the point totals, it's by 10, super close in the top 4, and top 4 is what gets you into promotion relegation. So
Yeah.
I said it yesterday.
Semis is a super win.
Yeah, like every win is 20 points in groups and knockouts. So if everyone's going to perform about what we expect, I think that not only obviously making it far in the tournament, but even Swiss wins, those are 5
Yeah.
points individually. Those
they
are
matter.
pretty.
They mattered last year.
Exactly. So we've got awesome games coming up next week. Make sure you guys are tuning in. Next week we'll be on the Challengers League broadcast, as well as I think Salty Runback will probably be hosting that stream. You'll see an announcement on Grapes' Twitter if you're not already following Speedy Grapes. Go ahead.
Do that.
Exactly. I want to thank everyone who's been on the show today. Echo earlier on, Cam joining us for this last one, and Rude for holding it down. For 5 games, all the way from 10 a.m. and he had to turn on the lights after sitting in Nocturnal for almost the whole day. So, yeah, that is the end of our stream, everybody. I'm gonna soon throw it to a thank you stream, but do you guys want to do any shout outs between the two of you?
I'm good. You go, Cam.
Go watch CB Lowell next weekend. Yay!
True. What game are we watching if we are gonna be on CB LOL? Like if we're watching CB LOL, what game?
Watch all the Loud games. I'm a big Loud fan.
Of course, watch the Loud games.
Yes.
I'm gonna set up this raid for Challengers League, and
Go
hope
cheer
that
on
I
Ball
do this
State.
correct.
It's my college.
do path.
We're doing
Do
we're
path.
doing good
Path?
in ESC.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, they're on a break right now. Okay, I just saw that Challengers League is
You
on a
should
break.
raid the Ducks.
No.
Raid the Ducks.
So before we end out the stream, thank you everybody. I had to solo produce this. I love
thank you, Steve,
observing.
Dimitri.
I love producing. Pepe laugh. Okay.
I'm sure.
Bye everybody.
Bye.